Welcome y'all to another episode of the Presidential Executive. What's going on? This is your homie right here, JB. This is my brother over here, El Presidente Rag. And of course we got Crown Vic in the building on the ones and twos, man, helping us out, making us look pretty or handsome and everything. I don't want to say pretty, I want to say, I want to say pause on that, but yeah.
Man, I ain't even gonna get on that. I had a whole I don't understand why we pause.
You don't understand it?
I don't ever say anything gay.
Stop the cap.
I don't. And to me, and it's going into what our topic is. If I was a homosexual, I would feel some type of way if every time somebody said something that was pausing, because it's like you know what I'm saying. It's like you trying to what's wrong with what, you know what I'm saying. What's wrong? You got to, you know what I'm saying. I would feel a type of way. So it's really crazy in 2024 that we still.
But it's kind of like perception, though. It's like, not that you think, because I know you say, I don't think gay, but it's like, if, to the outside ears, if you say, oh, man, I'm going to pound you, Vic.
No, what I'm saying,
It's
but
like,
what I'm saying is, I don't even think that till you say pause. Correct. I guess because I generally always understand context.
Yeah.
So now, if you said something like, oh, I'm going to stick my penis in your ear, Vic. Okay, well, first of all, there ain't no need to pause, because that clearly is gay. You can't pause that. You can't unpause it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But if y'all getting ready to fight and you say, I'm gonna pound you, like, I'm thinking you about to take your fist and crash it through his face. I don't think anything sexual or gay or innuendo. Like, I think it's about to be a fight.
To me, I think it's a line. I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you need to say pause with everything. Kind of like Cam and Mace do it.
They do it so much. Like, I was listening to something.
They do it a lot. Yeah.
Dude kept pausing after everything. Like, I had to stop listening because I couldn't even enjoy the pod. And it wasn't Cam and Mace. It was another podcast. I had to stop. It's like we're outside grilling. You be like, hey, get that meat off the grill. Who thinks about dicks on the grill? And if you pausing, you got a real problem, because that means you were sitting up thinking about dicks on the grill.
That's kind of funny.
You need to stop lying to yourself and tell your woman that you realize who you are, and you need to go to penis land. If you're always thinking about dicks, because I don't think about my own dick that much, and it's with me everywhere.
Yeah. I'm with you.
That's all I'm saying.
And
that was a little mini. I'm sorry, it's not. But I know you do it because, again, you know, you probably talk to more people who do that than I do. Yeah. And I've never understood it, and I don't think I'll ever understand it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is the old nigga sitting on the porch drinking his lemonade, telling the kids to get off his lawn. It's not you.
But y'all go ahead and like this video right now, man. We're wherever that you stream podcasts. We're all on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Stitcher.
Man, you see how you flowed through that list, though?
Hey, man, I just had to push. I had to push through. I had to push through. Hey, but this is kind of like we know what we're here for, man.
Right.
You know,
and it's really not late though, because it's more. I'm glad we didn't immediately do it, because every day it's been more and more stuff coming out.
Yep.
More and more people have been responding.
Yep.
So now we've kind of got a chance to see some rebuttals.
Yep. So we know about the whole Katt Williams situation. So
could we say that the cat's out of the bag?
The cat. I
maybe
like
the
that.
cat's got your tongue.
The cat. Oh, definitely the cat's got your tongue. I think
either one. Because it's been. Go ahead.
Yeah, cat's got your tongue. Like. All right, where can I start here, man? Like, Katt Williams came on Club Shay. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days ago at this point. But it's like, to me, the thing went to another level of viral. I'm looking at it. I think as we speak now, last I looked, it was on 36 million. And it's only been out. It ain't even been out a week yet. And so the thing it was generating 8 million, over 8 million views a day. Right, so when it comes to stuff like that, and
I gotta get this out. Let me
go ahead.
Roche, what you do with that cranberry ginger ale?
You got cranberry ginger ale?
Man, I've been thinking about that since I saw it, man. I thought you was gonna drink it. I don't mean to stop y'all, but
no.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Can you throw it? Can you throw it? No, we good.
You said throw it. Don't open it immediately.
No, we good. We
Don't
good.
open it immediately.
We freestyle. But you got something else, Vic, real quick?
Now I bought 10 cases of them.
For real?
They was on sale.
I ain't said 10
No,
cases.
you buy two, you got 3 free.
What did you get, Kroger?
Yeah.
What?
So I got like 10 cases of the cranberry, and I got 2, like y'all don't remember, and I got 2 cases of Fresca.
No, I remember.
Which goes great
Man, got
with,
the
if you never had it, and they might still have it at the Kroger. If you never have it, put you on to something. Your little vodka and some Fresca is everything.
I don't think I ever did it before.
Vodka and I'm telling you,
Okay.
you'll thank me later.
Okay, I hear you.
Your wife might even like that one.
Man, please. I had a Christmas gift that I was given. It was a wine. It was a Cabernet from the winery in Humboldt, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And this is wine, mind you. I'm gonna pour up a cup with her. Man, that girl. Oh my gosh, it tastes like rubbing alcohol. I'm like,
Was it sweet?
It was sweet. It was sweet, bro. So.
Sweet to you or like
It was sweet to me, but I mean, for her it probably a little strong. But it's wine though. It's wine though.
So you have to like you had like if she does want to indulge, you have to see. So she probably
She ain't
never
gonna
had
drink no
the.
Does
vodka,
she
though.
drink?
No,
She don't like she's enjoyed. We went to a restaurant once. She enjoyed the Rose Moscato. I think we had one time. The one time we went out to eat, like she enjoyed that and actually had like a cup. So, but yeah,
Man, I can't
few and
think
far
of the brand.
between,
It's a
bro.
brand like a lot of women like it. It's a wine brand. I can't think of the name of it. It's on the tip of my tongue now. But
Is it
like
Barefoot?
maybe you could. No, it's not Barefoot.
Okay.
Cause they got a lot of different. But when you said rose, it made me think about that. But
Yeah, it was like a
they got a lot of different
red type of wine.
flavors of it.
Yeah.
Like blackberry, black cherry. Like it don't actually taste like it got alcohol in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really like, so you got to be careful because you'll mess around and
What's
like
the
kill the whole
percentage on
bottle.
it? What's the percentage on it?
I don't look at that.
Oh.
I'm a G.
Yeah,
but
no,
no,
I feel you. I don't. Yeah,
but no, I was gonna say so with the Fresca,
7, yeah, probably something like
with
that.
the Fresca because it's like a grapefruit soda.
Yeah.
You don't taste it tastes a little different, but it tastes more like you drinking the soda.
Well, it had to be more Fresca.
Yeah,
less vodka.
No, I would say probably like maybe a shot worth, and then
Getting the Fresca, yeah.
just like a glass, the rest of it Fresca.
Look, I'm
You
willing.
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
willing to try.
And she'll be like, "Oh wow, like I like that." But see, she probably never. And again, like knowing her as long as I've known her, like when she was a little kid, like she probably never
not
did
at all.
White Zinfandel.
No.
She never did Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff, Mad Dog, like
Yeah.
stuff we did when we was in high school. Like she never did
Blue
any of
Top.
that. Oh heck,
Wow, that's a blue top.
That was me.
Ooh, yeah. Now I was on that Mad Dog.
Not a
That
lot.
was my first good throw up in college. I was some Mad Dog.
Thunderbird.
Drinking way too much, but
But yeah, let's get
yeah.
we went on a rant. Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good clip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, back to the Katt Williams, man. Like I said, 8 million views per day.
Yeah,
Over
no,
8
I
million-
just looked at it when you said, it's 36 still.
over 8 million views per day. Plus, Shannon Sharpe over those past 5 days has gained over 1 million other subscribers. Mind
Yeah.
you, he was already like at 1.5
Right.
or 1.3 or something like that before the interview. But he done gained 1 million more subscribers over those over the 5 days that the episode been out.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, you're right. So he's at now.
He over 2 million
Because
right now.
he was like
He was
over
like-
2.25 million.
Yeah,
Because he
bro.
was like at 1 something.
See, that's
He was like 1.7, 1.7.
yeah.
Now he's at
That's
2.26 million, and
that's
then it's
crazy.
still it's at 36,422,468 views.
Yep. See,
And it's only been up 5 days.
only 5 days, dog. So the thing with that is, I think it's a lot to break down. But this is what I will start with and say that I believed the majority of what he was talking about. And my wife, I like to put percentages and stuff and numbers on it. You know what I'm saying? Wifey don't kind of like when I do that. I'd be like, man, I'm 85%. You know what I'm saying? Da. But I'm like, I believe at least 90% is honest. Now, the only thing that I believe the 10% that he may be embellishing is the stuff that he was talking about with himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
like,
and
maybe.
so embellishing, like when he said he can run a 4.3.
Right.
Okay,
but
well, this nigga's 50 years old.
right.
So if he runs a 4.6 or 4.7,
He not running that.
No, what I'm saying is,
You don't believe the video that he put out when he ran in Memphis? Did you see it?
He ran a what?
A 4.4.
Katt
Right,
Williams?
yes.
He ran. You didn't see the video?
Yeah,
Put
it's a
it-
video.
I know.
But this,
No, I
but
did
this,
not see that.
but this,
Look
but
it
this
up,
is what
Vic.
I'm saying.
Look it up.
So you
I'm
got
fixing it.
got
Look it
people
up.
who gonna say, "Oh, that's a 4.4. That ain't a 4.3." And it's
exactly.
like, come on, man.
Come on. Exactly. Them
Like,
stuff like that.
I'm not running 4.3,
Man.
4.4, 4.8, nothing, nigga. I might get that John in 7 seconds,
in my
depending
prime,
on if it's raining or not.
in my prime, tennis shape and everything, the fastest I ever run was a 4.54. And that was hurting
No.
afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like that was
You know, now in my prime, I could run a 4.4 in my prime.
yeah. Like even
Nigga,
in my
you know how
prime,
long
I
ago
didn't
my
run a-
prime was?
Yeah, even in my prime, I don't think I was at a 4.4, but I was 4.5 ish around there. But him, like that's the only thing I think he may have been embellishing about. But like you said, to your point, I'm thinking like this is semantics. This is not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be like he's
Now, if I was
lying
running from the
about it.
police, I'm like a 4.2
Oh, yeah,
running from the police.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, it's over. Like just regular running. Like, nah, I ain't getting no faster for. But if the dog chasing me,
Oh,
police,
we're running from a dog.
oh yeah, nigga, 4.2,
4.3,
4.18. You know what I'm saying?
4.3, definitely with
But-
a dog. Yeah,
So to your point, like that was the part. Like I said, but to me that's more of an exaggeration.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's
You know what I'm
like
saying? So it's not like if it was only like
it's entertainment.
you
feel
come
me?
into a club and it's like in reality, it's only like 50 people in there.
Yep.
Man, this junk packed. Well, there's people in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not that like packed is a little exaggeration.
But then the hater would be like, "No, man,
I can see the wall, bro.
I see 6 seats open."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't I'm like, come on, dog. Like you get what he was saying.
Right, yeah,
Like, even when he was saying 3,000 books in a year.
No. So you had to. So I actually I watched it once.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to it 3 other times.
Mm-hmm.
And so my job does afford me that because I can just hit repeat or replay.
Binge listen, yeah.
Right, yeah. So what he was saying is that between the ages of 8 and 12, he read
yep.
3,000 books.
Yep. That's what he
Total.
was meant to say. But
It
he
wasn't-
did say,
right,
He did
it
say
wasn't-
in a year.
Right.
But then he also said the comic view thing he did was in 2019.
Right. And then when the guy was talking about him, and then he was like, he's like, no, in 98 I did it. And it was like, okay. Because
Right.
he was speaking with so much,
he was talking fast and stuff. Like,
but he was speaking with so much frustration and anger
right.
that like it was more about the point he was making as opposed to the finer details. So then when he slowed down and it's like, okay, no, if you go back and look at the commercial.
Right.
And so I was going to tell you, I had posted, and I actually sent the video to myself, but it's a video where he talks about Cedric stealing jokes. And this joke came from Designing Women.
I saw it.
Right.
I saw
and
it.
he
The
did this
black
joke
dude
about my initials, John.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
This
I
was
remember
1989.
this. Right. And
He
I'm
did
like,
the
you
jump
took a
2016.
joke from 1989.
It was a 2016 stand.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And so again,
Yep.
when it's like, oh, Cedric got 4 specials and they're so bad they're not on Netflix or Tubi. That's what oh, look, I found one. That's it.
Right.
That's the only thing you found.
Yep.
The most recent one. He has nothing else, and we don't even know if that's the most recent one. We just know that the one from 2016, Live from the Ville or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so you found one. But the point Katt is making is that you got to really search for this nigga.
And he's supposed to be a king of comedy.
Right. And you can find at least 3 or 4 cats on there right now.
Right. I'm with you. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go look up Chappelle on Netflix. You find 5, 6 of Chris Rock. 5, 6 Bill Burr. Like, go down the list because I love me some comedy. I love stand-up.
Bill Bellamy.
You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
out with Bill Bellamy. Yeah.
Lavelle Crawford.
Yep.
But to his point, the king or one of the kings, you got one special.
And that's my point. Like, even a lot of
and then it's not even on Tubi, it's on Netflix.
Is it? I didn't even look, but I saw a lot of people say they were looking it up. But to me, like, honestly, until he said it, bro, like when he was talking about Steve Harvey and hanging with Mr. Cooper, I never realized the similarities up until.
I ain't with that one. No.
What you mean?
I ain't with that one.
It's facts.
I mean, that it's
Hanging with Mr. Cooper was
facts,
before.
though. It's pointless facts.
So the premise of the show, Mr. Cooper was a former basketball player.
And it
comes
wasn't
back,
stolen.
comes back to his school,
The foundation
and he
of the
starts off as being the coach,
Mhm.
and eventually ends up being the principal before he leaves. Steve is a former
I'm
musician
not
at
disputing
his
that
school
it's the
that
same.
the same
I'm
school
not
that he grew up
disputing
in.
it's the same.
So it
Comes back as a
it's
music teacher.
I'm disputing the stolen. Both of them were successful shows. It wasn't like Mark Curry had a show and it stopped coming on, and Steve Harvey show did.
Now
Mark Curry did 6 seasons of that show.
He did 6.
It was very successful.
Okay, but Steve Harvey's first show wasn't.
Telling me and the boys.
Right. And then,
You did not have to go there.
Exactly.
That John did get
No,
called
that
out.
was
That
what
John did
introduced
get
me to J. Anthony Brown.
That's
That
right. That's
show
right.
You don't remember the
terrible.
episode where J. Anthony Brown was on there and he was like he was like a washed up singer or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was like,
That
man, you want me to sing a
awful,
song?
boo.
I
The
forgot
hit.
it was on there.
And he was like, Butterball,
Me
I
and the
love
boys
you.
is
Like,
awful.
and then he forgot the words. And it was his song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, who is dude?
I forgot
Dude
about
is
James Brown
hilarious.
was on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was his first acting credit. But
And I think I even speak more to Mark Curry because it wasn't no other comedian on with
what?
me.
Hang with Mr. Cooper. Okay, but check this out.
not the main characters.
No, I'm
not
saying
the main characters.
Steve had to go get Cedric.
Yeah.
And
But
you
then
know what I'm saying? Like,
and then he also used some of his cast members though from Hang with Mr. Cooper.
Who?
Romeo.
oh, he did.
He
use
showed
Romeo.
it. Yep.
But see, you gotta
Romeo
remember,
was hungry for roles though.
but you gotta remember too though. This the thing, and I also sent myself this video. Mark Curry is doing the interview, and I don't remember what platform he was on.
On the Fox, I know you're talking about.
But he was saying
How he stole the job.
he stole his joke, and then so they actually showed the clip of him, and it was in the '90s where he's telling the joke about how they only had one Halloween costume.
Halloween,
yeah.
He was
I
wearing
agree with
a UPS
you. I
box,
agree with you
and then
100%,
so then
yeah.
Steve Harvey's on his show, and he's
On
telling
his
the
talk
joke
show.
to the crowd.
Yeah.
In 2015.
Green.
And that was like, dang, like that is all like almost verbatim.
Yeah.
You know what he said.
Now what you saying? Like I said, none of us are comedians in here, but so I went to go search like what do comedians think about what they call in
Joke
rap
stealing,
plagiarism,
joke, right.
or what did you call plagiarism? And so to me, from what I get, it's like a cardinal sin. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, because
That's why they on Amy Schumer,
Amy Schumer, yeah,
because she's stolen from like Chappelle, Patrice O'Neal.
right.
Like she verbatim stole one of Patrice's jokes and tried to act like she didn't know, and she was on his show. She was on the Black Phillip show for a couple of episodes with Patrice O'Neal. So don't act like you didn't know him and you didn't know you were stealing. Or what's the dude? His career got ruined because Joe Rogan ran up on stage on him. Carlos Mencia.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
to your point,
Yeah.
that's a no.
And like honestly, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, like I have been a fan of Cedric, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I knew the joke he was talking about because as Katt said, that was running a commercial with him doing that joke on Comic View or just as a promotion for BET in general. And so when he did that, like it's more like I just think like the way dude to me the interview was so compelling, you know, because of how he was talking, of how he was giving out the information. Like to me, it was pretty much a 3-hour stand up, dog. When you really break it down to look at it, and how he was talking, and then throwing jabs in there in the middle, and doing all that stuff. Like
I would have hit him with one of these.
I hit him right in his gut. He's sitting there like a walrus.
Couldn't even get his hands off his chest.
You know what I mean? Like he was, the whole thing, dog. I thought was like super brilliant, and like honestly, the thing, it's a life in its own. Like it was content gold. Like the whole thing was so viral. I think the junk need a reunion episode. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about it's 5 days and you talking about 36 million. You know what I'm saying?
So reunion like Love and Hip Hop where they all be sitting on the
Dog.
couch.
Just think about that, cause we thought
Somebody jumping up and running across.
Cause we thought when Kanye went on the Drink Champs, that would like that junk did like 5 million in like 3 days or something like that. In the first 3 days it went like 5 million, and we thought like this junk just went like 2 or 3 times beyond that.
Yeah.
And it's like, And not only this, like I think Katt didn't mean to do this, but he put me on a lot of other comics that actually they're getting more views and more from their platform because they talking about what Katt said about the other comedians. DC Curry, he got a podcast. I didn't know he had one, and he was talking about the whole thing and how a lot of stuff he was saying was true. Mike Epps put out a post. He was basically like, man, this is marketing. He didn't say nothing about me, but you know what I'm saying, nigga, I got a tour coming up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a tour coming up, so
Lavelle Crawford, too.
Lavelle Crawford?
Lavelle Crawford just posted one, I think it was either last night or early this morning.
Yeah.
And he was like, he said, Katt don't need my help to have his back. He was like, you know, that man got a lot of balls. I respect him. He said, but I ain't hear no lies told.
Yep.
And he was like, as far as helping other comedians out, he said, man, he helped me more than anybody. He said, I ain't gonna lie, I done heard about him giving comedians $100,000. He said, shoot, I'd love him to give me $100,000. He said, all I say is, I ain't paying this shit back. He was like, but he told me, man, you are great because you got famous strictly off of doing stand up. Like you didn't have to do nothing else but stand up, and you made it off of you doing stand up. And he said, man, he said he don't know what that did for me. Like that helped me on a level that more than he even know it. And he was like, man, I ain't hear no lies told. And what he said, like what he said, and again, I rock with Faison, but a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people didn't know Faison did stand up.
Faison been a hater the last few years,
right? But a lot of people doesn't know that Faison's initial fame to claim. We remember the movies Bebe's Kids, right? Robin Harris had the joke about Bebe's Kids. We don't die, we multiply. They made an animated movie. Well, when Robin Harris died, he died while they were still making the movie. Faison did the voice of the character that Robin Harris was supposed to do. He actually, because he could make himself sound like Robin Harris. So in the movie Bebe's Kids, that's actually Faison doing the voice, not Robin Harris.
The whole time?
Hold on.
Yes.
When?
Wow.
Robin Harris had died.
You said doing the whole Baby Kids?
Yes,
movie?
that's Faison.
For real?
That's
Wow.
Faison. That is his claim to fame. That is Faison. Like I said, keep in mind, now, I do this. I rock with the comedy now. I rock with the comedy now. The reason why he's in a lot of movies, like he was in Couples Retreat, he was in Elf, he was in a lot of these. He's real tight with Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Jon Favreau is a dude from the Avengers movies that plays as Tony's.
That's crazy.
Tony's driver.
You told me something.
Happy.
I just Googled it and it got right there.
Him and Faison like that. So if you look at Jon Favreau movies,
crazy.
Faison is always in Jon Favreau movies because like they like that. That's why he in Elf. That's why he's in Couples Retreat. That he ends up in these movies because that's his boy.
Dang.
But so Faison claim to fame in the last 20-some years has not been him doing stand-up. It's been he replaced Robin Harris in Bebe's Kids. And primarily for the whole movie, he's doing the voice. He's credited as the voice.
He is.
Of,
I see it now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like one of Robin's proteges. It's like him and I believe it's like Guy Torrey, I think. They was like Robin Harris proteges. And Martin. They was our Robin Harris proteges.
I've never seen a Faison stand-up, though.
And what I'm saying is he is more famous
He is.
for
I never seen him do
that.
stand-up. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And so you got to keep in mind,
That's
Bebe's
crazy.
Kids came out in like 91, 92.
92.
So think about it.
Yeah.
After that, what was he next in? He was in Friday. That was 95.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was in Money Talks. It was 96.
3 Strikes.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You see what I'm saying? So now he goes strictly into doing these movies. He ain't really had to do stand-up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Elf, Who's Your Caddy with Big Boy.
Yeah.
Like he got some straight to DVD. So he ain't really had to do a lot of stand-up.
Yeah.
And so that's why when Katt was making the point that like you've been his fan for 30 years.
Meteor Man.
Right, exactly. Show
Don't Be
was.
a Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Baps.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he was in a lot of
So you
stuff.
see what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
been
yeah.
in, and he ain't never really had
Yeah, that's true.
a major role per se,
Players Club.
but
yeah.
he's been in there.
He been a lot, y'all. Yeah, but the last few years, like I was saying, he been a hater because I've seen him on I don't know what podcast on. He was kind of
Now, he stay on Vlad TV.
He judged too much to not be a comedian. Like
he was hating on Country Wayne for doing the skits.
Oh yeah, and he said ain't no way Country Wayne make that much money doing
But he
YouTube
do,
or whatever.
though.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, but I get residuals from X, Y, and Z.
And what did he say? You not gonna let somebody who on steroids talk about real athletes?
Yep. True.
Right.
Yeah, what Katt said. Yep.
And so it's not like, and again, I don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to that because I'm not out there like that. But it's not like Eddie Murphy can talk about comedy. Like he set the mold like 20 years after he did Raw and Delirious. Every comedian that came out was trying to replicate Raw and Delirious. He stamped. You know what I'm saying? Joe Rogan don't really do stand up no more, but he stamped. When other comedians like the Chris Rocks and the Dave Chappelle talk about, he stamped. Rock, Chappelle, Katt, people like Bill Burr, like those people are stamped. But if you ain't still out there doing it, or like how you mentioned Bill Bellamy's still out there doing it. He ain't never really stopped doing it. Even when he was doing the acting, he never really stopped doing stand up. So people like that can talk about it. But like if you did stand up 30 years ago, and you still not like that's not how you're making your living, and you don't have something that we can, how Chris Tucker, we still got that Def Comedy Jam where he did the Michael Jackson, shut it down. You don't have that moment.
Yeah, like when
you know what I'm saying.
It was the thing that to me backed up a lot of stuff that Katt said on the interview was I didn't even see Lavelle come out and say what he said about him giving money, but I did see Corey Holcomb. He came out and said when he was on Wild 'N Out, one time Katt Williams came out and just made it rain on the stage, or like he threw like thousands of dollars. He was like, nigga. Corey Holcomb said, man, I picked up $800 off that stage. He was like, Katt, but you didn't know, nigga, I really needed that 800 doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a lot of stories like that coming out. Ed Lover came out and confirmed, because he said he was a friend with Bernie Mac until he passed. And he was like, yeah, like he was telling him how Steve Harvey was trying to take his role in Ocean's 11, which what Katt said on which was on the interview, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was like to me, that
but that had been confirmed years before that.
It was, yeah.
Like that was why I can't remember if it was DL, but it was somebody who was close to them. It might have been Guy Torrey, because
that's crazy though.
He was actually the opener for them.
Yeah.
Initially, he said so he didn't make the movie, but he was on the tour because he was one of the opening comedians for it. And he said that was confirmed. He was like. He had got the role or whatever, and then he found out that like Steve had tried to backdoor him and tried to talk him out of giving Bernie the role and saying that he would be better, for the role and everything like that. And I mean, and I was when I was listening, and I'm thinking about this now. Bernie Mac ain't never stand up movie. He ain't never not been that dude. Go back to Friday. You remember his character. Go back to Players Club.
Yep.
You remember his character. Go back to How to Be a Player. Yep. He was only in How to Be a Player for like 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Yep. But you remember everybody says Badussi because of Bernie Mac and How to Be a Player.
Yep. And he wasn't even the main character in life, but he got a lot more
quotables. He stole the show in life.
He got a lot more quotables than a lot of other, you know what I'm saying? He had his own movie, 3000.
Even though Guy Torrey was more of a main character in life than he was, because if you remember, Guy Torrey was the dude at the beginning talking to Heavy D and them when he gave them a shot of that alcohol, and they was like, "Oh, this strong." He's like, "Oh yeah, y'all don't know nothing, but let me tell you a story." And he was the one telling the story of Martin and Eddie Murphy.
That's right. Yep.
But that was Guy Torrey.
Yep.
His character had more of a role because he was one of the last ones to be in the prison when they supposedly died or whatever.
Yeah.
But Bernie Mac stole the show.
He did.
And niggas was saying Jangalang off of that. Soul Men, which was his last movie role.
Man,
he killed it. Him and Samuel L. Jackson killed it. Like, he has never been in anything, the Bernie Mac show. He has never been in anything, whether he was a supporting character, whether he was the main character, House Party 3.
And he had a movie that was real good to me and the wife, like the John he did with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like a Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Guess who? That's what it was. Yeah. So, like, and stuff of that nature. And then it's like, the internet, man. Once somebody come on an interview like that, the internet is always gonna put stuff out there to vouch for it. And when he put out, what was it? When Steve Harvey did. I forgot what it was, but he's been like, it was a joke that other than the Halloween joke that Bernie did, it was something else that he said on one of his platforms or something like that. And it's like, dang. And then when he was talking about, when Katt was talking about selling your soul and doing stuff like that, then another stand-up that he did, Steve Harvey was like, man, look, if you offer me $3 million and you told me to be a monkey, then I'm be, ooh, ooh, ah, 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 ah. Like, he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, so his receipts out there saying that Steve Harvey would do anything for money. And then when Monique was in her situation and she came on her show, you know,
she talked about having principles. We not in the principle business.
We in the money game.
We in the money game.
So
you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
To get that money.
Yep. So you know what I mean, like, and everything he was saying. And then I don't know if y'all saw it. Kevin Hart was on ESPN. Whatever game was on, they got him and his plastic.
Red Cup Boys.
Is it Red Cup Boys? Yeah. Got a show on ESPN commentating, doing some of the NBA games and stuff like that. And he talked about Katt on that, and Katt addressed what he said on a long time interview he did on the Breakfast Club, talking about how he got arrested. Like, nigga, you the one messed up. You not in my position because you the one showing up to sets late and doing all this stuff. And then Katt on the interview was like, name one time I've been, you know, late or hasn't been, you know, an upstanding person on the cast and stuff like that. But that was the stuff Kevin Hart said on the interview on the Breakfast Club a long time ago that he was addressing. Mm-hmm. He was like, I ain't never been to prison. I've been to jail. And anybody, like, it's a difference between jail and prison. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And, you know, and just the whole thing, like.
Oh, yeah, no, because, nigga, you go to jail. They'll let you go to jail because you drunk and let you sleep it off.
Yep, I know
and
about that.
You leave with a fine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In a court appearance or something.
Probation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't even, like, that's like a class D misdemeanor or something like that. That ain't even nothing that'll show up on a job. You know what I'm saying? When they run your background check.
Right.
But, and then, like you said, within 24 hours, I'm out.
Yep.
But then, like you said, like, all these years, ain't nobody ever came and said, oh, yeah, I sold him the dope. You know what I'm saying? Or I smoked with him. I got high with him. Mm-hmm. And then when he told a story about the people that he met in the park, and he was telling Shay, and Shay was like looking at him like he couldn't believe. He said, "Man, no, these people used to be doctors, lawyers, teachers, professional people. It's like I lost my husband, I lost my wife, you know, because I decided to get high, I decided to shoot up or snort cocaine." And he's like, and now I'm sucking dick in the park. And he was like, "Oh no, not me." It's like, that's all I needed. Like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You know, and I shared, like, again, and I know how real that is. Like, you know, I shared a story about one of my uncles. Like, when you see somebody who you know is a strong dude be reduced because of an addiction, like, that made me never, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm good. Yeah, I'm straight on that. So when somebody tells me, like, I saw something, like I was living around people who was in this situation, that made me not want to do it.
Yeah, that like Vic, you remember? Have you seen Katt do stand up before? You seen Katt do stand up before? Yeah. Have you seen the Pimp Chronicles? Yeah. The Pimp Chronicles jump. Like, cause I was asking, cause you know we got about 7-8 years on you. So I was just saying, like, for your generation, cause I've seen like people like. Do you think he's funnier than Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
yeah. I'm talking about stand up. Like, I think movies is a different
stand up. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Man, look, a pimp named Slickback is one of the greatest characters.
Yeah.
And the only reason it works is because it's him doing it. And he's only on like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, but like every jaunt he's on is memorable. And I brought that up because you asked about him being funnier. Like, that's just his voice.
That's where it comes from.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, think about it. Like, a lot of people, I don't know why people hate the movie Norbit. Norbit is freaking hilarious to me.
Who hate Norbit?
Man, they talk about how Eddie Murphy fell out. Man, Norbit
is a classic.
Freaking hilarious. You have no sense of
That's
humor.
Crazy.
Norbit is funnier than the Coming to America sequel.
Norbit
is funnier than...
To me, it rivals Nutty Professor.
Right. It's funnier than Pluto Nash.
Yeah.
It's funnier than the man who of 1,000 words. It's funnier than Dave. It's funnier than... What? It's not funny to Man with 1,000 Words?
Oh, yeah,
It was
definitely.
hard.
Pluto Nash?
That's a drama.
Dave?
1,000 Words.
No, the Man of 1,000. It wasn't a drama. It's supposed to be a
With the
comedy.
tree?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's supposed to be. It was funny than Holy Man.
Hey.
No, Holy Man was funny, but it was funny than Holy Man. Though. It was funny than Holy Man.
Holy Man, hey.
It was funny though, but
Holy
no,
Man.
it was funny than Holy Man.
Holy Man was good though.
It's funnier than now. I ain't gonna lie.
I already know where you finna
What?
go. What
Both
you finna
fingers?
say? You bet not. You say.
No, both
Say.
both fingers.
Say.
I gotta show it to the Laker girls. They over there
Both
checking.
finger, bro.
But no,
Son, bro.
yeah, no, both finger. We were right across the expressway.
Oh,
Oh,
my
Heavenly
God.
Father. Heavenly Father. But no,
Dead John Third.
okay, but Norbit. When you look at the movies he made between 96 and 2016,
You talking about Eddie Murphy?
yeah, like Norbit is definitely top 5.
Yeah, I give you that.
And Eddie been in a lot of movies. You know what I'm saying? So now Nutty Professor is definitely up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah, you gotta get
outside of that being number 1, like Norbit is probably like 3.
And Katt Williams was in Orbit.
Yeah, and that's why I brought up Norbit.
he was in Norbit.
Him and Eddie Griffin
Yeah,
stole the freaking show.
he did, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but see, Eddie Griffin's another one. Don't really get the props because he has
speaks too
been
much
one.
truth. He speaks too
He
much.
speaks truth to power.
He was on the same thing we on as far as the bang bang with a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
And again, all of these niggas claim y'all so woke and y'all old Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that. Nigga, Jay-Z and 50 Cent both said they read the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
So if you're really a fucking fan of Jay-Z or 50 Cent, read the fucking 48 Laws of Power. And what he was talking about, what the rules of subversion are, and a red herring is where I do something with this hand so you're looking over here while I'm picking your pocket with the left hand.
Right.
He said the job of anybody in that position is to convince you that they're not doing it. And I'm not the one. Oh, I'm not Katt. I'm not MKJ. I'm straight. I had my one moment on the Christmas episode, and all I will say is, just like comedians do not like their stuff taken and somebody else to take credit for it, basically, they don't want people taking credit for stuff that go to somebody else. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it there. Y'all go back and watch the Christmas episode. But it took for Katt Williams to say it. All I'm saying is, sound like verification and validation. But I digress. But the 48 Laws of Power talks about that. It talks about if you're doing something and you don't want people to know, you deny and you do stuff to counteract it. Or the other way you do it is you sarcastically like, oh yeah, I do that. And then so what do people say? Like, oh well, no, if he was guilty, he wouldn't say that. Like how many times and this happened to me once. One of my exes got into it with her current boyfriend, and they was going through a breakup, and so he had brought his new chick over there, and they was trying to start something. So she called me over there and a couple other people just to kind of so she could get her stuff or whatever. So her sister's over there. They start arguing or whatever. Her sister pick up a mini cinder block, and she like,
Wow.
I don't know, again, the Boondocks when Uncle Ruckus was throwing the bricks at Martin Luther King Jr. Hey, like they like that's how she threw that junk. She like spun around.
Yeah.
So dude had like a Mercedes.
That's
The
right.
the block went through the window of the Mercedes. So he's like, oh hell no. He reaches up under his seat. So now I don't know what he's reaching for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got a pistol on me. I aim kind of in the air, but in his direction because I was kind of further away, and I started firing off. And he's like, oh shit! He hopped in the car, left his new girlfriend and everything. He peeled off out the apartments and everything.
Dang.
So now I was like, oh, we didn't bust off some rounds or whatever. Well, I didn't bust off some rounds, so okay, we had the gun and everything like that. So the police get called. They come over there. So they start searching everybody in the apartment. And so now I'm the only one they haven't searched. And I'm knowing like, okay, they're going to get to me. So now before they could say something, I walk right up to the officer and like, hey, y'all didn't search me. And so one of the officers was getting ready to search me. The other officer was like, oh, no, he good. Because think about it. Why would he come volunteer to be searched if he had something on him? And I had, but again, my mind is like,
Right.
okay, if I try to hide, they're going to find something.
Right. Try to
So I
hide
just
like it was,
instantly And so again, that worked, and I used that example because that was a situation where I was clearly guilty, but to create a distraction, I acknowledge, like, hey, come search me.
Come get me, yeah.
Oh no, he can't be. If he was guilty, he wouldn't volunteer.
Why
would somebody do that?
Yeah.
So like when somebody say you're in a cabal or you're in a consortium, and you say, "Oh yeah, of course I am," everybody gonna say, "See, he wouldn't admit that." No, that's a part of.
Right.
Again, read the 48 Laws of Power.
Diversion, what they call it.
And y'all done seen how many books I got on my bookshelf. So from somebody who has also read 3,000 books,
yeah.
Listen to the nigga vocabulary.
Yeah.
Listen to his vocabulary. A lot of people didn't know what consortium. Y'all was looking up what consortium meant after he said consortium.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't know what a cabal was. So he said cabal. Go listen to his vocabulary. You don't get those words from reading Dr. Seuss.
I forgot he said something on there. We say talking about somebody got gnarled fingers.
All right, and they didn't know.
They didn't know what gnarl means. So,
right.
So I already got up on you because now you're kind of going back and forth trying to see what gnarl means. So now you're not going to know how to come back from that because you don't know what gnarl actually. You know what I mean? Like, Katt is actually, intellect. You know what I'm saying? Like almost what people call like a genius for what. You don't agree with what I, call like with Kanye. You know what I'm saying, to a degree, just because of, you know what I'm saying, how he speaks and how he gets across his message seems really radical until you cross-reference certain stuff, right? Until you cross-reference certain stuff, and then you'd be like, dang, this nigga actually was kind of, he not lying. He not lying about the whole thing.
Kanye is a broken clock.
Well, now, yeah.
No, I'm saying no. He's right. He's right twice a day.
More than twice.
No, I mean twice a day. Like on a broken clock, it's gonna be 2 o'clock. It's gonna be 2 times that it's 2 o'clock that broken clock is gonna be correct.
Well,
what Katt Williams said, the best thing, I don't know what y'all expect out of this, but y'all get mad when he say this outlandish stuff. He's like, but people were saying he was a genius and all of that.
Yeah.
It's like, so now you boost somebody's head up.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yes, Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. Bravo. Then he got his ass whooped by Evander Holyfield.
Yep. Next fight, right?
Very next fight.
Next fight, yeah.
Let's not get, Evander Holyfield, he beat up, but he got his ass whooped by Riddick Bowe.
Yep.
In 3 of the fights, they fought 4 times. 3 of the 4 times, he got his ass whooped.
He got laid out.
But it's like, and that's all I'm saying about Kanye. Like, Kanye, don't get me wrong. When he make a point, man, he'll make an epic-ass point. But it's like niggas act like the epic-ass point is so epic that the other 4 that he made was clearly just off base and wrong, and it's no context given. You're just spouting stuff out. You're not applying context to anything. And then you're expecting people to get it, and you're not giving any context.
Kanye's still my nigga. He just going through stuff right now. He going through. He got him a Kim Kardashian.
And again, the audacity and the hypocrisy, and that's what Katt is talking about, and that's how I feel about Kanye. You talk about your woman doing all of this stuff and everything. Like, first of all, you shouldn't be surprised. And he talked about it. You shouldn't be surprised she got on off a damn sex tape. So anything that she do that you consider immoral, you shouldn't be surprised. You get what you pay for. She didn't just magically change because she got with you. And then right after you talk about all this good moral stuff and examples and everything, you getting head on the damn boat in Venice or whatever with your ass out. In public now. It ain't private.
Hold on, who you talking about?
Kanye. He got banned off of the whatever those boats are. He can't go back.
This is recent?
Yes. Last year.
Right, okay.
With his new wife. Well, his new ex-wife now.
New ex-wife. He's still married to the girl?
No, they going through a divorce.
I just saw he just posted something with him today. He said it's my wife.
Man, okay. I guess they done worked it out.
I don't know if he got a new one or not.
I guess they done worked it out.
Maybe so. But
they were just going like that. Like he would just.
Yeah.
But you talk about all this moral stuff and example. Oh, that's a good example?
Yeah.
So it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when she do it. To quote the great Finesse 2 times. Essentially, that's what you're saying. But because you're a genius, that gives you a pass to be a hypocrite. Because that's exactly what it is.
My nigga be spazzing.
That nigga is delusional.
My nigga be spazzing sometimes now.
No, most of the time.
Huh?
Most of the time.
See, but you know, like I take up for you when you be spazzing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but I'm not a hypocrite. Like when I was not married and I was out here, I acknowledge, yes, I was fornicating, and yes, according to the scripture, that's a sin. I just like that sin. That's about that. Ain't no hypocrite. Now, if I had to try to justify it, like what a lot of people do, well, my body creates billions of sperm every day, and so a man got to do, and God knew what he was doing. I never did that. I said, no, I'm wrong.
I said, you got more.
I'm wrong. That was sin.
You got more.
I was okay with that.
Kanye, though.
But what I'm saying is, I've never been one. If I was being petty, I didn't have a problem saying I'm being petty right now.
Yeah.
I'll acknowledge that, and I'm gonna stand on me being petty. Most people, they want to talk about somebody else being petty, but then when they're being petty, it's like, well, no, see, the reason I'm doing, if you wasn't doing this, then I wouldn't be doing it. So it's no accountability. Yeah. I don't have a problem being accountable, whether I'm right or I'm wrong. And and that's one of my things, and this is going back to Katt and everybody else. If you're gonna be a thief, man, own that shit. Which he wouldn't have had a problem with.
Good point. That's
the issue.
That's the whole issue. It's not
if
that
you gonna do it, own it.
Give me my credit as far as the inspiration.
And then, like you said, you learn. You talking about you done seen me 30 times. Like, no, you ain't. 30 win.
Yeah.
And going back to these responses, Kevin, I'm waiting to hear him saying you lying. You got to stop that hate, my boy. You got to get that hate out you. You didn't say, man, you lied.
Ain't nobody to this time right now has come out and said pretty much nobody came out and said he lying.
Man, look.
That I've seen. Nobody.
I was on Kevin Hart when Kevin Hart was on the show with Colin Quinn, Tough Crowd. I like Colin Quinn because Colin Quinn was on Saturday Night Live. He did Weekend Update right after Norm Macdonald got fired. He was the Weekend Update host. And when he got fired, Comedy Central gave him his own show called Tough Crowd. And he used to get comedians on there. And it would be like 4 comedians and him. And they would talk about, it was almost like podcasting before podcasting, but it was like a live show. And the main comic that he had on there was Patrice O'Neal. That was where I got introduced to Patrice O'Neal at. And Patrice O'Neal was kind of like one of his proteges too. So Patrice was always on there, but then Patrice brought Kevin Hart on. And anytime Kevin Hart was on Tough Crowd, he would always be sitting next to Patrice, and Patrice would always be ribbing him right. And it wasn't until I got to watching Kevin Hart and he started telling this story. He actually talks about, and if you watch the documentary he got on Netflix, him and Chris Rock on that comedy special they did, they spent 10 minutes, him and Chris Rock both talking about Patrice O'Neal. Then they bring Bill Burr out and other comedians. They started talking about Patrice O'Neal, and Kevin talks about this time where he's doing this stand-up and he's in the club and he said all of a sudden the phone book come flying on and almost hit him on the stage. And he heard his voice in the crowd going, "Read that!" He said, "It's Patrice." He was like, "Anything you read out there will be funnier than that bullshit you telling on the stage right now." He was like, "That helped make me tough or whatever." Patrice O'Neal slick put him on.
Yeah.
So now when Katt talks about how he made his bones in the East Coast, he's not lying because he was with Patrice O'Neal and Bill Burr and Greg Giraldo and all of that, all of those cats, Jim Norton, like they whole little crew that they had at the Comedy Cellar. Like that was where they would be at. So when he's saying that, and then the next thing I remember, Kevin Hart got a show where he's I think he's staying with his aunt or whatever, because Faison was on the show with him. And it didn't even last like a season.
To a TV show?
Yeah. It's like The Big House or Some House or whatever like that. But he was supposed to be a college student and he was going to stay with his aunt and uncle because his parents had died, I think. And Faison was like his cousin or something in the show. Yeah, but the show only lasted like 3 or 4 episodes and it got canceled. But when he said he came out and got a show, he wasn't lying.
Yeah. He
comes out and he gets that show. Then the next time he got Soul Plane.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
And Kevin never said, "Katt, you lying." That's a bunch of bullshit. You made that up.
He just made some unfunny jokes.
He just said, "Man, you gotta stop that hate. Don't be mad because I took a role that you didn't take." You know, and again, going back to like where you were talking about Steve Harvey and Monique, this man decides to hold on to a standard. And because you got a standard, that makes you a bad person because you say, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. Even when it comes to money, like, obviously, Katt is well off. He's doing well. I just hate when people, I think even when Kevin Hart was on them with them red cupboards or plastic cupboards, whatever they call, they made a reference trying to call Katt broke. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I hate that, you putting it out there because it's never about the money. Like, Katt is well off. He owns all this stuff and what he always has been saying. But it's not like, okay, it's a difference if you having 5 or 6 million than being with Kevin Hart having 40 or 50 million. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not, to me, it's relative. Like, you rather have your integrity and have everything else and still have 7-8 figures in the bank rather than having, this huge astronomical number and, what I'm saying, but you just being like, okay, I'm on top of the game. I'm killing, I'm doing all this stuff like that. Like,
you can't do that, though. You can't do that, Jay.
Can't do what?
Hey, man.
What?
You can't judge. What you judging that off of with Kevin Hart?
For me, Kevin Hart, I think that he even when we had Fro on here, he was like, hey, he putting like, hey, I'm putting folks on, right? I'm putting folks on. I'm making these, movies, but then he also wearing dresses. He doing other stuff that he wouldn't do. Actually, and I saw an interview, some more receipts that came out where Kevin Hart was like, he would never wear a dress or something in the film or doing something like that. And so I'm just saying, I just think it's like hypocritical. Rag was saying that if you're going to be like, okay, I'm putting my folks on, I'm getting them paid too, but then what you had to do that though?
That ain't the thing though. You taking it to a place where you have to condemn him in a sense. Because if you're at the top of the game, like why is it? Because I feel like
that's what it's called.
What? Big House.
The Big House.
Okay, 2004. Okay, Big House.
The Big House.
Now, Vic, like, okay, it ain't even the condemning. Like, I think it's really just facts when it's talking about with Kevin Hart as far as like it's saying like, hey, I'm putting my folks on. We get money. We got this ESPN contract that we just doing with this, but it's like the stuff that you had to do in order to do that goes against what he said in super early interviews with Kevin Hart when he was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do, be in this dress and do all this stuff. And so it's like,
no, it's like he said when he said Harvey Weinstein told him, he said that, I suck your dick in front of his whole crew. And then he said, so he goes in there and he said he think he the only black dude that's going to be in the movie. He said he see 3 other dudes and he's like, I said, no, what y'all do? He said that's why when he walk in the room, heads go down because y'all probably did let him play with your balls or, you know what I'm saying, like let him touch it or look at it.
That's what I'm saying, though. You speculating. I
don't think that's speculation.
It is. You can't confirm it.
I mean, you're right. I can't confirm it.
We can't deny it either, though.
You can.
But too many other people that's in that industry that's
the
in Hollywood.
Absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
And that doesn't speak to. I'm getting to the point of he can't. He's a successful black man. Ain't every successful black man ain't sucking dick or getting fucked in the butt.
Right. Not everyone. Not everyone.
From your
but
point,
some
though,
of them.
But
hold up.
Your point,
what did? And this got clarified when my boy from George from the Jungle and the Mummy and Encino Man, Brendan Fraser said the reason why y'all have not seen me is because I got blacklisted because I did not adhere to some sexual advances from one of these executives. And like you see him in all 3 of the Mummy movies, you see him in Encino Man, George of the Jungle. What's the one where he was playing Dudley Do-Right? You know what I'm saying? Like he was in all these little movies, Monkey Bone. Like he was in all of these movies. And then all of a sudden he just fell off the face of the planet. Like after Crash, you ain't seen Brendan Fraser. The one that had Ludacris and Lorenzo.
And he came back and won a Grammy for The Whale.
But again, you got to think about this.
He won a Grammy for what?
No, he won the Oscar for The Whale. The movie The Whale. But you got to look at like this nigga gained like 200 pounds.
So from your logic, he finally did suck.
No, that's depression. But he could get back in movies now that Harvey Weinstein in jail.
Now that he probably done sucked the dick. From your knowledge.
No, it seemed like
it
now that Harvey
ain't
Weinstein
like
went to
he
jail,
did.
it's
It
a lot
ain't
of people
like
that
he
wasn't in
didn't do
movies that's got in movies now.
From your logic, it ain't like he did it, and then Harvey Weinstein in jail, he just winning Oscars. That's where you going with that?
No, they probably did that to basically shut him up because if you notice, he didn't say who it was. That's the trade-off. That's the trade-off. So you're going to get this Oscar, but you got to keep your mouth shut about. And didn't Katt say that? What? They try to get you to keep your mouth shut about stuff that you know.
Right. Or they act like it didn't.
Or it never happened. And so he did speak about his alleged assault or altercation, or when somebody stepped to him and he denied them, but he did not say when it was. Because if you say a time, people can start connecting dots. He didn't say who it was. He didn't say what company they were with. Because, again, you can start connecting dots.
I feel like we pick and choose who we want.
No.
Now, Vic. Now, pretty much are you saying, like, it don't matter how he...
No,
just because he's successful, like, he got there, right?
I'm saying...
That's what it sounds like.
None of that concerns you to the point to condemn. Like, yeah, Kevin Hart, you got this money, but look what you had to do to get there. That's not of your concern.
No, well, my thing was not even he had to do that. What I'm saying is, like, for me, it's like, look, you give me 7-8 figures, you know what I'm saying? It'll be fine. It's not, because I think, to me, just for me, the pride and ego comes into, I got to be the best that ever did it. I got to be on this type of level to where I have to do certain things for me to get to this level. You know what I mean? Like it's like you said, it's a lot of people that haven't sucked dick that got to this level. But like, if you look at like people like The Rock or Kevin Hart, they're at a elite level. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, kind of like he kissed The Rock on what's that movie? Central Intelligence, whatever it is. What, you know what I mean? Like certain stuff that. The Kevin Hart that I remember seeing interviews from, that he wouldn't be down for. But for the sake of me getting this #1 spot, for the sake of me getting this large check, like, this ain't that bad. Like, not to me, it's not even condemning.
Do you feel like Richard Pryor sucked dick?
Yeah.
He probably did.
JB.
He said he sucked dick.
No, okay. Do you believe like he got fucked in the ass?
He did by Marlon Brando.
All right, you feel Eddie
that's
Murphy
not
got
even
fucked in the ass?
Yeah, now that's public. Yeah, I do.
Eddie Murphy. Why are you hesitating?
I'm not. No, I just.
I don't know. Why are you hesitating?
Yeah, I think he did.
All right, get out. Say it fast.
I want to work with Eddie in the movie.
So. I'm saying, we pick and choose because.
No, I'm not picking and choosing.
Why are we picking and choosing?
You ain't. You are surprising me today because I did not think you was gonna say Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy got fucked in the ass.
No, he acknowledged that.
I didn't think you was gonna say Eddie Murphy. But JB, you paused a minute.
But
you gave a big pause on that Eddie Murphy.
We've established that JB. We had a whole conversation at the beginning of the episode, like pause. So the fact that JB paused just now is par for the course, as JB would say.
You know the difference is though, like it was never brought up. Like, to me, Kevin Hart is the one always trying to be little Katt. You know what I'm saying? He the one always trying to be little Katt in how he going about his business. Not even, just basically saying things untrue. Okay, let's say Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? Got fucked in the ass and did whatever they had to do. But they also, you know what I'm saying, necessarily.
Anytime JB cuss on the episode is a good episode.
They didn't, you know what I'm saying? I got to give context, you know what I'm saying? But, so when they.
Y'all hear that breath of life, JB cuss too.
So it's not like, they. The difference between Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, they're not belittling anybody else that's on a lower tier than them. Like, Kevin Hart is always trying to throw jabs at Katt or say things that, pretty much is just not true. And so when Katt actually brings out facts, like I said, I don't think I'm condemning him. I'm just saying pretty much, like I said, I can't confirm or deny this, but the receipts and everything come out. When I see interviews of Katt saying Kevin saying what he wouldn't do or what he thinks this is, but then also I see him later on in roles taking roles that he historically said that he wouldn't take. It's like, and then when Katt brings up him being in the room and accepting certain things and doing this, it's like you putting two and two together. It's like I'm not condemning him. I'm just putting.
I mean, like I said, like this is stuff that Eddie Griffin has already said.
It is though.
This is stuff, you know, like if you go back and listen to some, and again, I was a big and still am a big Patrice O'Neal fan, but one of the reasons why they said he did not make it is the same reason. The stuff like with Katt, like he said he said he was not finna let somebody who didn't do comedy tell him what was funny, and they be putting some goofy stuff in the movie, and he like asked him like why is this in here, or like black people don't do this, like why you got this in here?
That's like saying
and then he said also he didn't want to receive something from Hollywood because once they give it to you, now they can hold it over your head, dangle their carrot like we're gonna take this away if you don't do this, we're gonna take it away from you. And he said he was afraid that if he got out there and really blew up, he's like they could always threaten to take it away from him.
I feel like he just fit the scenario. Kevin Hart fit that scenario. It's just like if we checking each other and then I get mad and say, I'm a Christian and you a sinner, I'm going to hell and you not. That's what that's like.
What you mean fit the scenario? Who fit the scenario?
Kevin Hart. He fit the scenario of a successful man. We take with the narrative of most of them got fucked in the ass. We just established two highly successful actors that Shay believe got fucked in the ass.
No, I know, no. Go look. Google.
One we know.
Google Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando.
One we know for a fact that is the case.
It's been confirmed that Marlon Brando was a bisexual. Marlon Brando was sticking everything.
I'm not denying it.
And they were great friends, and they used to party.
What I'm saying is, these are things that don't. If people kept that about Eddie Murphy, if that's all that they thought about, yeah, but that nigga got fucked in the ass.
And I mean, again, how much of Richard Pryor stand-up did you listen to?
Like that.
I have every one of Richard Pryor comedy albums. He got jokes where he talks about being high and sucking the dick.
That's terrible.
And people was laughing. It was the 70s. Everybody was
Everybody
doing something weird and goofy.
You're not finna speak for all the 70s.
I didn't say the people who was doing weird and goofy stuff.
Probably was
like Eddie Griffin said, they used to have the necklace with the cocaine spoon on it.
That's not an excuse.
And they'd be like, he said, man, you go to a party too.
All right, Vic, but the thing is, okay, we admit with Eddie Murphy and the GOAT Richard Pryor. So now with Kevin Hart, so all Katt is just presenting is what happened in the actual facts that we didn't have anybody in Eddie's era and Richard Pryor's era that's in Katt's case that's actually bringing forth actual exposure and truth. And so
you don't know if that is true. You keep saying it. We only know Richard Pryor because he said it. You don't know.
You know that Eddie Murphy got caught because it was a big joke about Eddie Murphy in the 90s where he was caught in the car by the police officer, pulled him over. He had the transvestite in the car. And that was a big thing. And he was like, I was just giving him a ride. Okay, maybe he was. Maybe he was. I was giving him a ride. And you know what? That right there is appropriate to pause.
Let's say all three of them sucked $1 million. And got
all you gotta do is suck one.
That shouldn't take away from
so it's okay greatness. To suck one?
No.
You said it ain't like they sucked $1 million. It's like, so it's okay if it's one?
What I'm saying is
I'm just asking.
Like
I need context.
The thing is, Kevin Hart.
If somebody run up in your booty hole once, it's cool.
No. But Shay should have said, so is everybody. When he said Kevin Hart got fucked.
Why do you think
it's not a point of reference for you? Oh my God, Kevin Hart got fucked. So did Eddie Murphy. So did Richard Pryor.
I mean, and did you see how many times Shay had to take a shot of the yak after Katt was saying it because he knew he's like, man, you sitting up here.
He knew what was up.
Putting us on blast. Like, let me take another drink.
Shannon Sharpe out here. How you get a new show that quick?
That's a different thing.
Oh no! It's Hollywood.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying to your point is, it's like okay, they doing it, but that's what everybody else doing, right?
What I'm saying is
everybody else doing it. So
don't get quiet. Shay got quiet when I just brought up another successful black man.
Okay,
it shouldn't be a point of reference, is what I'm saying.
But there wasn't a point of reference what he was saying. He was just giving facts, though.
That's his only.
Because Kevin Hart was putting stuff out there about him, as far as him being a drug addict, going to prison, being late on set, and doing stuff of that nature.
So you tell a lie for a lie.
So you think
how you gonna
believe Katt lying?
So how you gonna believe Kevin Hart and not believe? I mean, believe Katt Williams and not Kevin Hart?
Because Kevin didn't deny it.
What?
Nothing.
Because there were
so because Katt Williams denied it.
No, because there are actual receipts out there.
Okay,
bro.
so I give you like
real life
because
receipts.
we didn't talk about this. This should have been a topic episode. This is when JB was loafing. Nah, he was doing his third shift gig. Yeah. But like our boy D Howard, when he was going through his stuff, if you recall, he was asked about something. He had these allegations, and we talking about getting stuck in the ass and everything. And what his response is where I lay my wood is nobody's business. So now sounds like a man. He didn't admit it, but he sure as hell didn't deny it. How about it was a famous preacher that we know. And I know you know him. I know him too because we used to go down there and do gigs all the time. And he got accused of having relationships with these boys and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, they actually made a movie where they was kind of playing on that one with Regina Hall, the great Regina Hall. And Sterling came back, the honk if you love Jesus.
ATL?
Yeah.
In
right.
ATL? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so now the pastor they were portraying wasn't in ATL, but it's close.
He was ATL.
No. He's close. He's very close. No. It's not ATL. But it's close. No, it's not. No, it's not ATL. I want to say it's Rock Creek, I think, or Stone Mountain, but it's like right outside. But it's not ATL. Because like I said, we used to go there. We used to go there.
I know you're talking about.
Like dude shook my hand. Yeah. It's like, man, y'all doing some great work. So when I heard that messed me up because I'm like, this is somebody I know. But when he got accused of it, his response on stage was that I never said I was a perfect man. We all go through. He didn't say it didn't happen. He didn't say it's a lie.
Right.
He said, I never said I was a perfect man. We all make mistakes. If y'all play. Doesn't sound like a denial to me. Yeah. So now if Katt said something, and let's say, and Roche Ragland got up, and Stringer the MC got up and said it, and that nigga nowhere in the 100 years of Hollywood, I'd have got up, hey, what up, y'all? This ThePrezEx podcast. I'm sitting here with my nigga JB, got Crown Vic, and just so y'all know y'all hear from me, that nigga's a motherfucking liar. And I said it right here on camera, but next time I see it, I say it to his fucking face whether I get knocked out or not. Now what? Print that.
And that's your only reason.
And then at the end of it, I'd have been like, bitch. And then that would have been like, that's my response when somebody says something. Because tell me that.
Ain't nobody said that.
And if you recall, it's somebody else we know. And I said, and my thing has always been, tell me, say that in front of me that I'm lying. Because it's easy to say that when I'm not there, and it's hearsay. But let's sit in the same room, and you say what you're saying with that same energy.
This is what I'm saying. If we are in an argument, and you say something about me, and then I say, shut up, I beat you down with my wallet, which is basically what Kevin Hart was saying, and then you come back with, yeah, but you doing it because you having sex with men. That's not a reference. You don't go there. You don't go there because
why you don't go there if
I got more money than you because I'm gay. I'm doing gay things.
But hold on.
That's the reason.
I'll give you a perfect example. We had a
fact though.
We had I think it was this season. We were talking about the grills, and I made a comment about the grill. And what did you say, Vic? In front of my face to me. You not say I was lying?
Yeah, I did.
And all I can say is, well, to my recollection, I may be wrong. But I could have sworn it was.
Right, you are definitely right.
But what I'm saying is, you told me right then. You didn't say no, but you didn't say. Oh, Shay, you just hating because you didn't have it. No. So then, what would that look like?
You a lie.
That look like you're confirming what I'm saying.
If I didn't though, that's not something for you to go off of. And even with that one, if you said that. And then I said something about you.
If your response was, "Oh, Shay, you hating," Niggas is gonna be like, oh, Vic had it all, Shay got him. That's what they're gonna say.
But now,
nigga, you didn't even have a microphone. We can hear you on camera. We can hear you on camera with no microphone.
Okay,
Shay, you lying.
To your point, Vic, they don't technically make it true, but I'm saying if I saying like, hey, dog, you doing this, whatever, like, let's say if I say you cheating on your wife or doing something like that, if I make a bold statement, I say you cheating on, and I say the person's name, you just gonna be like, dog, why you gonna do that? Like, you gonna be like, why wouldn't you defend yourself to the highest degree?
If your wife is watching your response and your response is, man, JB, that ain't even cool, man. Like, I thought we was.
Why you hating though?
Like, your wife is gonna be like, so you cheating on me? If your response is anything other than, nigga, use a motherfucking lie.
That's not a no.
What a receipt said.
Sounds like the story of Gangstalicious to me.
That don't make it true.
Sounds like the story of Gangstalicious to me.
See, now we talking about semantics at this point.
What you remember when Riley asked Gangstalicious if he was gay? What did Gangstalicious say? Oh man, you know niggas always behave, man.
There's no reference. That's not a reference to this.
No, but to his point.
Did Katt Williams not play in the Boondocks? Was he not in the episode where Riley was dressing up like a little girl and they had to have an intervention? And he was like, "Oh, his homies over hoes. Is it the homies over the hoes?" He's like, "Oh, I'll put a lot of things over hoes."
And to my point, another thing that referenced, it was another interview. I've been looking at receipts this whole thing.
What?
Kevin Hart was on an interview with Kelly Clarkson, and Kelly Clarkson was interviewing Kevin Hart, and Kelly Clarkson was like, "Man, I don't know if you
semantics. You get into something else. You get into something else. He was playing. He playing. He making a joke.
He wasn't making no joke.
Kelly Clarkson asked that man, people in Hollywood, and somebody might give me $1 million.
No.
And Kevin Hart did this.
Let me finish.
Let me finish. That's a joke, man.
It wasn't no joke, dog.
That's a joke.
I'm gonna show you two in the show.
That's a joke.
Kelly Clarkson was talking to Kevin Hart. Was like, I don't know if you experienced this, Kat, but I've been offered millions of dollars to do some things that I just wasn't comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart was just like, you're like, okay, we can do it.
That's a joke.
But we're not going to talk about, stuff. No,
he did that all the way through Real Husbands of Hollywood.
To be funny, but it was also some truth.
I'm telling you now, nigga, if Regina Hall, Regina King,
dog.
Megan Good, if they ain't got to offer me because I would do it for free anyway. So if you offer me $1 million, Megan Good, you think I'm not gonna do it? As long as you ain't sticking nothing up the back it like, oh, $1 million ago, that man, I do that for free, Megan Good. So it's like some of them
when you are
is
Jonas.
stuff.
If you going back and forth with somebody, and then a person that's basically like,
man, one day we're just gonna go through
the
48 laws of power
laying into it. Like it's a thing. Let's talk about Jay-Z. Let's talk about why Kevin Hart is famous because he got fucked in the ass. That's basically
no. You know what? No. So check this out. Check this out. Now it's something I asked JB when I came back. Hold up.
Beanie Siegel was fucking.
When I came back.
You talking about Paper Soldiers?
I'm saying like y'all act like you ain't got no background at all.
Man, the budget for that film was like $37.84. Stop it. So like when I came back in the room, when I came back in here and I saw something in the hallway and I asked JB about it, instantly JB wasn't like, oh man, you worry about the wrong thing. Oh man, you hustling back. No, JB was like, oh no. Don't you got that? You got me twisted. He's like, I know what you thinking.
Okay.
He said that ain't that.
Nope.
JB did not have to answer you for you to believe it. Okay.
No, but the fact that
I had to clarify.
But if then I'd have been like, then I would have hit this nigga up after I left here. I'd have been like, hey man, everything's straight.
Yep.
You need to talk about anything?
No, man.
No, have we not had those conversations
exactly.
before?
No, because if anything, you have to set the record straight, bro. Like if I was in there, because I knew how I looked, I knew I didn't blow it up. Yeah. When I was in there, I thought in the back of my head, I was like,
and he know because it's times I'll come over here, and depending on how he answers the door when we get up here, I'll be like, hey man,
cool, yeah,
what's up? And then he sometimes he'll be like, oh man, no, everything's straight. And then sometimes he'll be like, man, look,
right.
So I know. So again, but now if he try to play me like, oh Shay, man, come on, man, you did it. Then I already know you finna give me some BS.
And ain't the thing, and ain't the thing, Vic, like to do something, even in these spheres is like, even politically, it's act like something never happened. Act like it.
The number one job
act like it's not a thing or it just never happened at all. Like that's the deniability of it. Just like politicians, they don't address stuff, act like nothing happened. Like, what are you talking about? Like no, like they'll divert to another subject or a situation.
I get what you're saying. It's just not a point of reference. It's not something you go to like, but Kevin Hart out here sucking dick, though. That's why he got a lot of money.
Okay. To the point. To the point.
Like he don't act at all. Like he don't got no talent at all.
He got talent, bro.
But you coming off like he's got this because.
But he's not the funniest dude in the world.
Nobody's saying that. No.
A lot of people. Well, he's proclaiming himself as.
Okay, this is me selling out. We got talent. Somebody need to sponsor us. That's all I'm saying. There we go. That's my sellout moment right there.
Well, I'm saying it's
so like JB was talking about when we do blow up, them my receipts.
Them your receipts?
I said I was gonna blow up. So when you see me on the commercial, when you see the most interesting man in the world, because I'm saying them my receipts.
Like when I look at just like you look at anybody, like why wasn't Rakim ever the biggest rapper or something? Why wasn't, for me, just an R&B tip? To me, like Tamia is so underrated, and to me it's probably just as good.
I would say Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine Sullivan or something like that, to where it's like, but a person like I don't know this for sure. I'm just giving an example. Toni Braxton. She might have did some stuff with Babyface to actually help propel her to, which I don't know that for sure. I don't know that. It's all alleged. But I'm saying like, to where it's like, okay, that's not denying your talent, but that's just saying.
Oh, my girl. My name's Carrie.
I got a homegirl that's in Cali right now, and she been in there since we left TSU. She in the actors game. You know her. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, she has told me about things in Hollywood that she has given up or gave up those potential opportunities because they was asking her to do something that she was uncomfortable with. Not saying she's just as talented as some other people like that, but that's not, to me, that's not condemning. That's just like, dog, like, that's just saying like, hey, I wasn't willing to do what he was willing to do. And so, and because of that, he's at this place. That's not saying like I'm condemning him. That's just saying like, those are just facts.
All right, look, and this is the thing. Check this out. Now, check this out. My brother told me this, and this not Paco or John, my big brother, the one that was in the military.
Talking about Joe?
No, Apollos.
Okay.
So he got out the military. He would do security down in Florida, and he did security for one of these celebrities who's being accused of a lot of stuff. Down in Miami, he did security. He would do security at these parties. He said they had to sign non-disclosure agreements.
NDAs? Yep.
Yes. Yep. The security guards did.
Yeah.
He said, and everybody who came to the party had to sign the NDA, and they had to, they had phones. They had to turn their phones in when they came. And he said, man, he said, everything went down in those. He said, man, you would see. He said, if I told you some of the celebrities that was in there and some of the stuff that was going down, you wouldn't believe me. Now, this is a conversation. This is a conversation we had back in like 05, 06. And so now it's just now coming out in 2023, 2024. So when it's coming out, I'm not surprised, because somebody who I know that says they were there, no, they didn't hear from somebody. I was in the party. Like he talking about his homegirl. I got a cousin right now. She got videos on YouTube. She got her own channel. She had she was on one of Kevin Hart's shows.
I'm not.
She talked about, she said when she goes to those, because she's acting, her husband be in a bunch of commercials. She said when she goes to those parties, she said they have like freaking like punch bowls. She says like punch bowls with like pills in it. Another punch bowl. And she was like, people do, and she said she been there, she just be like, no, I'm good. But she said like certain people she saw, the people who indulge in the stuff, those are the people like, oh, they in this, because when you get faded like that, ain't no telling what you did or who you did it with. So now I wake up and my drawers on backwards or whatever, and certain body parts
completely left, Roche.
No, what I'm saying is, so to the point that he's talking about, people selling out, people giving up stuff to get on, and Katt making a statement that people are doing that. This exists for real.
And
we know people,
and
I think the context he's making is this ain't strange because we know people in our inner circle or outer circle who's been around this stuff. So now you got somebody who's actually in the belly of the beast that's confirming what his homegirl confirmed, confirming what my cousin and her husband and my brother confirming stuff that we've heard other people who are not as big as him confirm. And so now if everybody's saying the same thing, and I remember our girl, shout out to Councilman Logan, but she was teaching a Bible study class one time, and she said she had to learn if everybody is saying the same thing about you, maybe everybody's not hating.
Right, man.
Maybe, and she said she was talking about it. She said she had to learn. She said people were saying certain things about me, and I used to think people was hating on me. And she said, but then I had to look at myself, and it's like, if I'm meeting different people in different walks of life, and they're all saying the same thing, maybe I'm the issue. Maybe I need to work on that. And so now we heard Eddie Griffin say it. We heard other people who not as big as Eddie Griffin say it. We heard now that Katt Williams, who's a bigger fish, say it. It's like, oh, it's real. No, it was real when Eddie Griffin said it.
And whatchamacallit been saying
it was real when Monique said it.
Nobody is denying it.
Okay, so what's up?
It's not a thing. You don't sit up here.
No, that's actually what the problem is. It's a lot of things going into a lot of things they don't need to be going into.
I can't wait till y'all sit on here and bring up y'all favorite celebrity. I'm going to make up a whole slide that say they suck dick just to piss y'all off because it's the truth. Off your narrative. Off both of y'all's narrative. All I'm saying is
hell of an actor.
Don't mention it about Kevin Hart.
Hell of an actor.
Sit up here and talk about Shannon Sharpe.
Hell of an actor.
If you ain't going to sit up here and talk about
hell of a TV show host. Hell of a podcast host.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not. He can do that.
Hell of a podcast host.
He can suck as many dicks as he wants.
If that's his prerogative, like Bobby Brown, I ain't got no to tell.
But if you are though, Kevin Hart, if he is, he's taking a lot of time to try to discredit. He's not even coming out saying that you a lie. That Kevin Hart Katt is saying a lie. He's just saying that Katt is broke. He's jealous. You know what I'm saying? He said he told Kendra Perkins like, do you go there and watch the circus, or are you entertained by the circus? You know what I'm saying? When they're talking about Katt Williams, so you know what I'm saying, like certain stuff like that, to where
that's a good joke.
It's deflecting.
What is a joke? Yes, it is,
not, bro.
If you go to the circus, do you watch? What you mean? If Katt Williams said that, then it wouldn't. You would have been laughing to the floor.
No.
Yes, you would.
Say that.
How y'all gonna get a heart when Kevin say what he? It wasn't even the right.
All I know is the OG. My nigga Paul Mooney said the same stuff.
Now, okay,
so
you talking about that joke? Okay, I give it to you. When he said the circus, and that was cool.
A joke.
That was cool. But the other stuff he said, whatever after that, was talking about how he's broke. Talking about something about he used to be owner of the Knicks and how he's whatever that was.
Responding to slander.
Let me tell you something, homie. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. I see that's the problem. I'm too controversial.
I'm on Kevin Hart. Katt Williams' side. It's just we were fixing to have a conversation.
And the reason why Katt Williams hadn't made it is because he hadn't been on their side. Pause.
Katt Williams did make it. Katt Williams did. And let me say one thing. Katt Williams did lie one time on that job.
What's that?
Cedric the Entertainer was on that Guy Torrey show that he was talking about. Yeah, he wasn't. Steve wasn't. Cedric was, though. Guy Torrey said it. The documentary he got about Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Katt Williams said Cedric the Entertainer performed there at Fat Tuesday. Well, he did.
There's a video of it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Got Torrey put it out.
No, it's a video. Okay, well that's the one.
Don't get upset though. Look at your face.
No.
I'm saying
I
don't remember the part.
No.
I don't remember the part of the
No, so what he said? So what he said was he said Guy Torrey put out this beautiful documentary, and he was talking about Fat Tuesdays and how all these people came through, and he said it was all lies, and he said Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, never came there. He said Kevin Hart wasn't on the West Coast then. He said Tiffany Haddish was only seen at another comedy club. Okay. So now, and so to Vic's point, which you may be actually 100% correct. So that's what we talking about, getting caught up in the heat of the moment and passion and everything like that.
Back on JV. Look at JV face. Look at JV face right now.
But now
let me
again,
fact check this nigga.
But
real
again-
How
quick.
you know it's true though?
no, but again,
I saw it on
he
TikTok.
said somebody
was on TikTok. He
somebody like made
Oh,
either
Gator,
got to
okay.
right.
because he basically was saying Gator was lying.
Okay, but
So
what
he
I'm saying
just
is, so
corrected himself.
now Guy Torrey didn't say
Okay.
Steve was there or Kevin was
No.
there or Tiffany was
But-
there, but said
No.
came one time at
You
this
see
thing.
how you treating it? You see how you treating it?
No, what I'm saying
Katt
is,
Williams still lied at the end of the
Okay,
day,
no,
but you
it's
can't
just
classify
like-
it as a
But
type
I
of
run
lie.
a 4-3.
I'm on
about
Katt
though?
Williams'
I
side.
run a 4-3 and I really ran a
But what he
4-4.
lie about though?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
embellishment.
It's kind of cement.
That's embellishment. That's the embellishment.
You know
part.
What? We gonna take it to embellishment after we just went through about somebody ain't gotta tell you the
The
whole
man
truth
named 4
to
or 5
believe
people,
something.
and you only say one out of the 4 or 5
Because
people.
we
was
started this podcast with he told no lies.
there. No, we
And I
didn't.
said-
JB said
We
85%.
did.
I said
No,
about 90%.
JB said 85, 90%.
But you was talking about his
And
running.
I said no, and I said I didn't think any of it. I just said, but it was some parts in the midst of his passion and his getting caught up in the moment
And they act.
where like
Maybe
he
a
was
little
going
bit.
in. No, he was going in.
before he kind of
Right.
does, but they said they would.
No, I mean because if anybody proves it, I think I have proven if you can handle your metal, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
to be on the yak and you still.
No, you couldn't really tell he was inebriated any of during that show. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because they said they actually got started before.
Right, yeah.
They got
And
on
then
camera or
Shannon
whatever
said
like
he
that.
was on there before that.
Right. So, but
And like I said, like y'all tried to claim, like, oh yeah, I remember the episode. I got receipts too. I remember the episode you talking about I was capping because I said, in that particular movie that I like Queen Latifah better than I like Paula Patton. And all I will say is that look at my wife. Does my wife more resemble Queen Latifah from that movie or Paula Patton? More like Queen Latifah from that movie. So then,
Why?
no. So what I'm saying is, so now if that is what I married, I'm not lying.
you talking about personality?
No, the look. She don't look like Paula Patton.
She more of Paula.
No.
Patton
No, she's not.
than
No,
she
she's
is
not.
Queen Latifah.
In that movie, she is more like Queen Latifah.
If you talking about personality,
No. I'm saying my woman is not. She's not.
You done seen his
a
wife,
little.
bitch.
She's not a little woman.
She ain't what?
She's not.
I am leaning more towards Paula Patton.
She
She is not. No, she's not.
body tight. What?
No, Paula Patton is thin. She's slim, thin. No.
Nah, I don't get that, but yeah.
And my wife is not. She's not big, but she's not Paula Patton either.
She ain't Queen Latifah either.
Yeah, she in
I
that movie.
I don't think she.
Go
like
back
that.
and look at Just Right. I'm not talking about bringing down the house. I'm not talking about Set It Off. I'm not talking about Living Single. I am talking about Just Right. That movie, that particular movie, that one, not Set It Off, not Living Single, not any of her music videos in the early 90s. Nigga, that one movie is what I was talking about.
April,
And what I'm saying
comment
is,
on this video. Say
And see
April,
which one you
and
lean
say which one
toward.
you think you resemble body type wise. And I say Paula Patton.
no shit. Okay.
More so. I'm not saying exactly, but if you saying more so, I'm saying definitely Paula Patton.
You was really paying attention to Queen Latifah and Just
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. All right.
Because that is perfection.
She was cute, man. She was cute.
I'm talking about the whole body. I'm talking about the whole body. Like
I know
it's
you said
not.
perfection, didn't
It's
you?
not too
Ah,
much.
too much.
No, what I'm no, it's not too much. I did not say, and y'all know I don't rate women on a scale of 1 to 10. I stole this from Dante Nero and Patrice O'Neal. I rate them on a scale of 1 to 30. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about from she's not too big, she's not too little. Just like the name of the freaking movie, she is just right.
Now you know who just right? The other girl that you like,
Who?
Megan.
Always.
She's more like
Megan sits on a
She's
place of she can do no
like in the
wrong.
middle.
If Megan called me right now and said, Reg, my kidney is failing, I need one of yours, she got it.
And there's nothing wrong with her getting tossed to be in Hollywood.
Oh, well, hold on now. We're not going to disrespect
you
Megan.
see
Gillian.
where we going?
No.
Megan
So check this out. No.
Gillian is the
No.
You see how quick she went from Devin to what's her name?
No. She actually
She is
was on
the friend.
No,
man.
she's actually
That's the
she actually
ultimate
was
thing
on a
you
Vlad
say.
TV interview, and she talked about how it's certain roles that she could have had, and she said, I'm not going to say the people's name because I don't want to disrespect any of my fellow actors or actresses, but she said it's some roles that I turned down because they wanted me to do certain things that I was not willing to do. And she said that, man, come on. Yeah. Like real talk, like what movie you talking about? Waist Deep?
Biker Boys.
What? I mean, she didn't have that. There wasn't even no love scene.
I know. Now what?
Like what are we talking about?
It was
like Megan Good ain't even had no love scenes that was as bad as the sex scene from Soul Food. Yeah, like what are we talking about?
She ain't really got not like that.
That means she really had to do.
What I'm saying is that it's some people who have to do scenes.
She should have picked.
Y'all seen Desperado? Selma Hayek got more love scenes than Megan Good do.
Selma Hayek, she's sucking plenty of dicks in Hollywood.
Maybe.
Selma Hayek can't act to save her life, but a Colombian woman. That's the only thing she can act in.
First of all, we're not going to talk about Latinos because we all know I'm Dominican, so we're not going to disrespect. I've been Dominican. They used to call me Dominican Red.
Selma Hayek was in there.
But
first
I'm saying
with Steve Harvey too.
She was.
She was.
Say that again, Vic?
She was.
Selma Hayek. She was in their first sitcom with Me and the Boys.
She was.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I forgot. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it says something when somebody can accuse you of something. And this is why they gave Bill Clinton so much flack back in the day. Because he got accused. And you remember what he said? He didn't say y'all was hating or y'all hustling backwards. He said, he looked in the camera to the American people. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Exactly. But when he said that, that was confident enough for people like, oh, y'all hating on Bill. And then when it came out that he was like, oh, I didn't know what y'all meant. Like, I never put my penis inside it. I didn't know y'all was talking about head too. So even when he got caught, he still acknowledged it without, y'all didn't clarify. Oh, y'all talking about head count? Oh, I didn't know we were talking about head. I thought y'all meant, because I said sexual relations. I ain't say fellatio. That's something totally different. And again, Bill was a lawyer. Yeah. If you go to my folks' house right now, Most Outstanding Young Men of America, 1979, the person in the front of the book is one William Jefferson Clinton. My dad was also in that book, Most Outstanding Young Men of America, 1979. In the same book. Oh, he got it. It's on their mantle in his study. So dude was, and the reason why Bill Clinton was outstanding is because he was a lawyer.
He definitely was sucking dick.
So what, man?
Yeah, he was getting that.
So what I'm saying though is he knew the legal terminology. So even when he got caught, he was able to switch that around. But he still answered the question. So when you get accused of something, gangsterlicious, oh, you know, niggas be hating, man. You get accused of something, and your response is, gotta get that hate up off you, bruh. Gotta get that hate up off. You don't say, nigga, stop lying. Because when Katt came on there, his was, it just amazes me that you just entertain liars. The loyalty that you have to losers is just not very becoming to you. Like, and he said that losers are not allowed to rewrite history. You cannot let a liar tell history and you not check it.
Correct.
And that's all he was saying. So like he didn't beat around the bush. He didn't get no hypotheticals. He didn't say I ain't gonna say nobody's name because I'm gonna protect the innocent and the guilty. Right. No, he said this and this is how you know it wasn't malice, because he called out Earthquake, but then when it came back up later again, he said no. He said Earthquake is hilarious. Earthquake is a great comedian. He said I'm not gonna take credit away from somebody who's good at that credit. He's like, Earthquake is one of the greats. So you see, it wasn't malice when he said the reason why his show didn't last, because you got to be able to read them cue cards, and he couldn't read. Because I ain't heard no, like what is that? Who did 50 Cent say Floyd Mayweather couldn't read the book? and again, and he held like the Dr. Seuss book. Like, come on, man. It wasn't no response like,
yeah. That don't take nothing away from Floyd Mayweather.
Nigga.
That's what I'm saying. They don't take you.
No,
ain't
but
walk in
no
ring with Floyd Mayweather and talk about some. At least you can't read, nigga. You're not finna go in there and say that. You're not finna go toe to toe with no with.
But
Kevin
no, but
Hart
not every time
and be
somebody
like,
say he can't
well,
read,
at
you don't
least
hear
I
people
ain't sucking
defending him either,
That's
though.
like a person saying, well, at least I'm going to heaven and you going to hell. That's what Christians always say when they envy after celebrities. That's a normal thing. Yeah, but they going to hell, though, and I'm going to heaven.
I don't
That's
ever
the
say
thing.
that.
I ain't say you. Did you hear me say
You said
Shay?
Christians say that. I don't say that.
You classify yourself in part of that. It's other Christians that do things that you don't agree with either.
So
And you still a
so
Christian.
that's what it sounds like. What Katt is saying, or what I'm saying toward Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it's your rebuttal is
At
that's
least
only
you,
because
at least you're going to heaven.
At least
That's what it sounds
that's
like.
that's what Kevin Hart just sound like when he say, yeah, but at least I ain't sucking dick.
No, it's just like if you got person A
And
person
then
B,
both of y'all doing this. Oh man, at least he said he sucking dick. That's how y'all acting. Like y'all favorite celebrities is not out here sucking dick.
No,
It should roll right off y'all mind.
and that's their right. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they want to do, but the fact remains is the reason you have this position, the reason you're as elite as you are, is because you suck the ping ping.
I
You
give
feel
you
me?
that.
And my favorite celebrities wasn't called out. So until they get called out, until they get called out,
So
I'm gonna reserve my comment until they get called out. Until some people come with some receipts, and you hear, and I'm not gonna say no name because I don't want somebody to watch this and then that person get called out. So y'all not gonna know who my favorite celebrities are.
Man, don't save it.
and
No, I because let me live in my delusion.
And for the record,
See, unlike Kanye, I don't mind admitting I'm delusional. Let me live in my delusion. Let me believe that my favorite celebrities have not sucked dick.
now
And the ones that did, it was in the late 70s and early 80s, and that's what niggas was doing then. They ain't know no
Nah,
better.
don't put Eddie Murphy in that. Don't put Eddie Murphy.
He didn't know no better.
Right.
He
it was a different culture.
He was a young man
No,
at
it
the
was
time.
different
It was a different culture.
He didn't know no better.
Now,
Kevin
now
Hart going by his idols, though. His idols, he got to do everything his idols did. Quit. Look at Shay face.
OJ is innocent, 100%.
And he was man. I'm talking
Look.
about OJ.
He just likes knives, okay?
nigga like stabbing like
This what
Michael
I
Myers. That what he like doing.
Bill Cosby did not drug anybody. He's just creepy.
Oh man. OJ got off.
I mean, because nigga, like, hold up. Like, if
Tell you
you,
that.
like, now think about it. No woman who ever got accused by Bill Cosby, they didn't say they woke up and they felt nothing. They didn't say they didn't even say the nigga was bad. They didn't even say he had whack dick. So that means they just knew their drawers was on backwards. So like that person he's almost a necrophiliac.
They woke up with a headache.
So even if they gave him permission to like let's get high or whatever, like the fact that they don't remember nothing. They were almost essentially dead. That's almost a necrophiliac. So worst case scenario, you are a creep. You are sick. You might not necessarily be good, but you are sick because I don't want nobody that's a corpse. I need them to have a pulse. For real. Like, I need them to be able to, like, you got to be a lot, like, so the fact that, like, they can't say, they don't even remember, like, oh, the nigga was whack and he took it and he wasn't even good. He didn't get that.
Well, they didn't remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's creepy. That's
hell-
all I'm saying is he was creepy.
That was a hell of a
And
drug.
so going to these celebrities that Katt called out, maybe they did suck the ping, as you said.
My thing with
But
was he
they
lying?
didn't deny it though, Vic. And that's that's the other point.
My thing
They didn't deny it.
was he lying? That's the whole point of the thing.
They didn't deny it.
Was he lying? And so if somebody came out and been like, JB, you don't suck this dick to do something like that, the first thing, if it's not true, because if it's true, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to stay quiet. I'm going to do my Michael Jordan. Like, all the stuff people talk about Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas. What has Michael Jordan said? Nothing.
If somebody was to say that about JB, like, my response would be like, nigga, because I'm like, you got my nigga messed up. But then when JB responded, he'd be like, see, niggas always, to be hating and stuff. Now I'm going to look at JB and be like, nigga, because you got me out here defending you, and then that's all you come with?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you have to come out.
Nobody is saying that it's not true.
But what you're saying is okay. You said, are you saying
trying to put it in there?
You said you would do it.
Okay.
You said
I'm
you
not
would
saying
do it.
it's okay.
And then we said you would do it.
I'm not saying it's okay.
Okay.
What I'm saying is to your friend that moved to Hollywood and felt like she wasn't going to do some things.
No. She was presented like one.
What I'm saying is, she should have been knew that was gonna happen. It ain't new,
right, but you don't know until
to my friend who got accused of something, and I went to his face and said, "Tell me that it's a lie." When you didn't look me in my face, when you didn't respond, when you acted like I'm not saying that, when you didn't look at me, man to man, and acted like you didn't know, like you said everything that needed to be said.
And this what I'm saying right here. That's your day one. It's not your day one no more.
The reason that wasn't my day one was not because of the denial of that.
Was.
No, it wasn't.
If it
No.
was.
The reason why it wasn't my day one is because now I didn't say nothing. I didn't put you on blast. I didn't expose you. I didn't tell nobody what the fuck you was doing. But now you're going telling everybody I'm this and that and what I'm doing and what I'm not doing and what I'm saying and what I'm not saying. And I didn't went to niggas who was about to whoop your ass and I kept you from my ass whooping. And now you calling me a traitor and I ain't say shit about you? I done defended you. I done stood by you and your lies. And I didn't expose your lies and call you out. And now you calling me out? No, motherfucker, you not my day one no more. All that day one shit go out the window because I stood by you. I stood by you when everybody was accusing you. I stood by you when my parents were saying I should leave you the fuck alone. I stood by you when people from my church were saying I should leave you the fuck alone.
I'm gonna let you vent. Go on.
No, I'm just saying no, cause you said that was my day one. So since we gonna talk about it, no. And so what I'm saying is I stood by. I stood by, and guess what? And you even said y'all didn't know, because you know why? Why didn't y'all know? Because I didn't say nothing. Because that means I'm solid. Because even if I knew it was true, I'm still not going to besmirch you in front of people who look up to you a certain way. I'm going to let them have that because we know what's up.
No, it had nothing to do with the situation.
But now when you telling people I'm a traitor, and you telling people don't talk like, oh, he ain't no good. He's persona non grata, which means no, you don't talk. If you talk to him, I'm cutting you off. That shows me how loyal you are to me. And now I got people that I knew, people that calling me up in the middle of the night when they going through crisis, and I see you out in public and you head down like you don't know me now. And the reason why is because I'm persona non grata. If you talk to me, you getting cut off. And that's how I'm being. And then when y'all leave from around, then y'all come back and tell me, oh, the reason. Look, when I saw you, I couldn't talk to you then. Why not? Oh, yeah, I was going to get cut off then. Damn, for real? It's
and
like
I'm
that?
I'm finna say right here on this mic, that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about.
That's
nothing to do.
Shit.
Absolutely nothing to do. And just because you brought that up for no reason at all,
why did I bring it up?
I promise you it. You got mad for no reason.
Why did I bring it up?
It had nothing to do with what we talking about. Why did I bring it up?
No, because I said when you say something to somebody and the response is nothing, you get no response. You don't get no they're lying. You don't get no it's not true. When they avoid it, when they dance around it, when they don't address it, when they deflect and they talk about other stuff, like the bank account and why you didn't get a role, when you don't address the allegation.
What?
That means it's true.
So what? What do they mean?
Okay.
So what?
So things I give you.
If the mind sucks
even the Bible says things are first natural, then spiritual. So we dealt with the natural. When Cain killed Abel and God asked
Look
Cain.
at what you're doing.
So no.
Look at what
so
you're
when God
doing.
asked Cain, what happened to your brother? He didn't say
no.
I killed
Look how
him.
far
He
you're
said,
going to
am
make
I
a
supposed
point.
to keep up with him? That he told on himself. Nigga, you guilty.
And I'm saying,
when God asked Adam, who told you who was next?
Oh, still going
this woman
for no reason. For no reason at all.
Saying.
You still going.
Saying,
nobody's saying that he denying it. Nobody's saying that.
No,
I'm saying the fact that that's what he do ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
He didn't deny it.
It ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
He didn't deny it.
He's still the richest. He's still richer than all three of us and Kevin and Katt Williams.
And that nobody's arguing that.
That's what I'm saying.
We acknowledge
the argument is, you sucked the dick And you finna go into why he a terrible person?
No, we acknowledge that. The whole argument is that the fact that he got called out and you didn't deny it. So you're acknowledging that.
So what is the
That's the
outcome
argument.
from that? There is no argument. What's the argument?
Well, no, the narrative is what, to me, the whole thing, even with Katt Williams, was that he wasn't addressing anybody that didn't address him first, right? So he's addressing what Kevin Hart was saying, just because Kevin Hart was saying that, oh no, you had these same opportunities that I had, but you messed that up because of other stuff that didn't happen, as far as him going to prison, as far as him being on drugs and doing all this stuff like that. So Katt wasn't like spilling the beans on stuff and that people
right. Yeah, no, he wasn't just snitching.
Yeah, he was addressing stuff that people already said about
him. And I don't.
him.
When Kevin was on Club Shay, did he address Katt directly, or was it alluded to?
Who?
So I know when, for example, when Cedric was on there, Shay asked.
I had to go back and see that. I didn't.
No,
even see
he asked Sid about the joke
Cedric.
theft. He asked him about the joke theft, and so again, that's why he addressed.
Oh, so
Cedric.
Shay did
Right.
ask him about the joke theft.
He asked Steve Harvey certain things, and so like the homeless thing, and how he addressed like, no, that's you take parts of other people's life story and you make it like it's yours.
Right.
And then Mark Curry, who is an Oakland legend, and so when he goes out to Oakland, you meet Mark Curry. Mark Curry is like your big homie, so you got an allegiance to him. You got an allegiance to DL, who's also from Compton, California. You know what I'm saying? Because he was in LA for a time, so you know DL. You got an allegiance to Bernie. You know what I'm saying? So you're defending these people who you got a relationship with, but he's addressing what Cedric said. You're addressing what Steve said. You're addressing what Ricky Smiley said. Who you're talking about me directly.
Yeah. Well,
I think with Kevin, it was more of an indirect thing because he said certain people. He didn't say Katt. He was like, certain people are mad at me for taking roles that they didn't take, and you can't get mad because I blew up because you rejected the role and then I got the ball and I made the shot or whatever.
Basically saying not even that, he was saying Katt was unprofessional. And so he addressed that in an interview as well. He was saying he's never been unprofessional. Like he was saying that Kevin Hart was saying that Katt has been unprofessional, that he was going through and doing all this stuff. And so now Katt was just basically saying, like, name somebody that has said I've been late on the set. Name somebody that has said that, you were
hard to work. You were difficult to work with.
You was difficult to work with or anything like that. Or that he came on set not prepared for his role or whatever his lines and stuff were. And so my thing was, even, given this interview, Katt was just addressing. And then, like I said, the old Breakfast Club interview that Kevin Hart did a couple of years ago that was talking about, Katt and how he's jealous and how he's,
and
what
then
I'm saying?
Charlamagne defending him, but I'm like, Charlamagne, like, that's your nigga, though. Like, Kevin Hart is your boy.
Yep, that's your dude. Yeah.
So, regardless of what is going on, if somebody asked me to talk about JB or Vic, and me and Vic just had this back and forth, but at the end of the day, Vic, that's my brother at the end of the day. Yeah. Vic know.
Even though he did this song.
Right. Yeah, he did this song back in the day.
I did not do it.
He was on it.
I had a deep verse.
I still got it.
None of it was directed
I still got it. I was at the
Roche.
crib right now.
Let me say, it was 16 people in that group that mixtape was directed towards. So you want to put it all on Shay, it's okay.
No,
but it was 16 people.
I'm talking about that one particular joint.
I ain't say your name.
Nigga was talking about they was gonna see me in the street.
Nah, see, I don't even remember. That's not even a verse. You
like,
tried to take the hardest thing you could think of.
You want to
that I was gonna say.
That
ain't
like,
and look, just how it was unbelievable to you right then.
Nigga.
That's what I'm talking about right here. I'm here to tell you. All right, so look, I'm here to tell you right now. I'm here to tell you right now. I'm here to tell you right now. That's not true.
Oh,
Roche.
That's okay. I got the CD though.
See, but
bring it.
CD.
Bring it. You ain't gonna never hear me say that.
I want to hear it.
You never gonna hear me say that.
He denied it though. He denied it.
That's fine. But I got the CD though. So we ain't got to bring it. We ain't got to bring it back up.
What you got to do is believe me. Everybody under these waves that's going on right now
Yeah.
We gonna listen to it in here though.
Everybody,
And we ain't gonna have a conversation no more.
From now until then, the time he talking about, all y'all that's listening have to believe that I'm telling the truth. Cause he has to bring the evidence.
Don't worry about it.
You gotta have the receipts, right?
Don't worry about
everybody in the comments say we believe Victor
but I will
until
tell you
he
though.
bring
But I will tell you this though. So when it came out at the time, Broderick, who's now, over
Project,
the comment, Broderick was ready to Broderick reverted back to Blood Gang. Broderick was like, nigga, what you want to do? He wasn't even on no managerial stuff. Broderick was like whack 100. Broderick was like, Shay, what you want to do? He was like, Broderick had got about a fire beat and everything, had came up with a cover and everything. It's called a response. And he was like, you know what you ought to do? Hey, man, you know what you ought to do? Man, we just play the track. You don't say nothing. You just let the track play.
Roche, you was mean too. Roche was mean.
That was don't get it twisted.
Shay made sure I didn't eat on Wednesday. And after the fast was over, he wouldn't take me to get nothing to eat. Dang. He know I ain't had no car.
That's how Michael Jordan.
None of that.
I did him like Scott Burrell.
You see how I'm not saying none of these things. Roche, my guy.
But you know what? And you know what? To verify the point that he's talking about,
talk to no
he
girls.
is not lying about that.
Girls.
That is 100% factual.
Girls.
That is 100% factual. He ain't lying about that. Now what? Because I don't have no problem owning mine, Vic. Like I said. So that part right there, nigga, that ain't no lie. Now what? But what's wrong though? Oh, now I'm gonna talk about when I'm guilty, I don't have no problem owning that. But when I'm not gonna wear nothing. Nigga, I remember I was in the 4th grade, and y'all know my dad. I got accused of taking something out the classroom. Because everybody had stole some, lunch cart come by. We had a snack in the middle of the day at E.A. Harold out in Millington. My grandma was the secretary of the school, so we drive from South Memphis to Millington every day. So all these dudes stole, apple juice and milk off the little snack cart or whatever. And so they just started out, oh, it wasn't me, it was JB too. Oh, it was Vic. Oh, and then they throw me in there. I didn't take nothing. Because and niggas didn't know, after I was 8, I stopped drinking milk because I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm never fucking stealing milk. Ever. I was 9 at the time in the 4th grade. Never stealing milk. So they just kept saying. So the principal was like, oh, if you just go and get over, kind of like the Central Park fight. If you just go ahead and say it, it'll all be over with. You can go back to class. I'm sick of sitting back here with all these white dudes accusing. I said, okay, yeah, all right. I can go back to class. Yeah, I got one too. I told my grandma, I didn't take, why you mean they told me I could go back to class. Why? No, you didn't have to do that. So grandma fussed or whatever, man, we get back to the crib. Told my dad, listen. Went to the room, got that strap out, told me up. Don't you ever acknowledge something that you didn't do. People will get killed for lies. People go to jail for lies. If somebody lying on you, if you have to get a whooping, if you have to go to jail, if you have to lose your life, don't you ever own nothing or wear nothing that you didn't do. So that's why I don't have a problem with somebody. If I'm guilty, I have a problem owning that.
Yeah.
But if I'm not wrong, if I didn't do something that wasn't my intention, that wasn't my motive, I'm not finna own it. I'm not finna wear that. And so going back again to what we talking about, and we made
you was off topic earlier.
No, what? Never.
You was.
Never.
You was.
No.
I ain't gonna let
you gotta do like Ocho. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Stay with me now.
Reel it back in.
You got to keep it interesting for the audience. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Because that's why they tune in. They like these anecdotes.
They do.
Like, if you're going to do something, own it. If you're going to steal, own it.
Yeah. I'm not finna
if
let
you're
y'all
gonna
sit
lie,
up here
own the
and
lie.
say he just need to own up to sucking dick.
No, not the sucking dick part.
You ain't gonna own up to that.
Not that
so
part.
So what you saying?
Okay, said, did you not steal his joke?
Said did say that.
He did. He said no. He said my career can't be defined by one joke.
That's what you get. That's the truth.
So basically, the nigga telling the truth then. Steve Harvey, no response.
This is what I'm saying.
Ricky Smiley.
Right.
So no, what I said was, and check this out.
I'm
gonna show you how they work too, though.
I'm with you 100%
gonna show you how
on
they
Ricky
work too,
Smiley.
though. So one day he puts out his response where he have his manager call in. It's like, oh yeah,
I saw that. Yeah,
and then the very next day.
Yeah.
Now I'm not taking away nothing from his pain,
Yeah.
because everybody in here that lost somebody close to them. But then the very next day, you post a video where you making your coffee, you break down crying.
I saw
Everybody's
that.
like, oh, that's right. His child died, and that's so sad. That's so freaking convenient. Because now nobody's talking about
Switching
what we
up.
was
I'm
just talking about.
100% on
We're
your side
talking
with that.
about how sad it is that it read the 48 laws of power.
Diversion.
Dude, I was listening to, and I was actually looking at, it's crazy because I was looking at the Katt Williams thing, and you know how the reels go. You flip up, see another reel, and it's a dude talking about the scripture. He was like, man, I learned this when I was 17. He said, the Bible said, if you do this, then this will happen. If you do this, then this will happen. He said, so I was just trying to see if the Bible was for real. He said, so I did it. And he said, man, it happened. He said, so when I tried something else, I did it. He said, and it happened. And he said, so then I started trying to go through the Bible, and everything the Bible said, if you do this, this will happen. He said, I started trying to do this. And he said, man, I started doing this at 17. He was like, I'm in my 50s now. I've been doing this 30-something years, 40-something years. Every time I went to the Bible to look at something to see if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. He said, so it's not just a instruction book. He said, but it gives instruction, it gives principles, it gives precepts, it gives prophecies. If you look at it, it shows you can predict what will happen based off what's going on. So now that book, The 48 Laws of Power, if you look at politics, if you look at the entertainment industry, if you look at businesses and these billionaires, all you got to do is read that book and you can see those principles being taken into place. You could see subversion taking place. You could see the red herrings taking place. Yeah. You could see how you have beef with somebody and then y'all come together and y'all become a unit and become stronger, Jay-Z and Nas. And then y'all take the game over. And then it make you look back when people saying like, oh, they really wasn't even beefing for real. It was kind of a manufactured thing. And then you kind of look at it and it's like, it's kind of convenient.
Yep.
But that's all in the 48 Laws of Power. So some of the stuff that he's saying, and one of these things that all of these powerful people have in common, that is one of the books that they all reference, The Art of War, The 48 Laws of Power, because it gives you strategies of how to become successful if you're a person in power. It basically teaches you how to manipulate situations and people. And so he's talking about this stuff, and so now they don't deny it, they misdirect.
Right. Or don't.
They point you in another, so you start looking over here and you don't see what's going on over here. And that's what they do.
Right. Or put in the jealousy. I always put.
And you hate, and so guess what? Now nobody's focusing on what I said you did. Everybody's focusing on you hate.
Right. And thinking that you broke compared to him.
That don't have nothing to do with the fact that this person stole my joke, or this person undercut me, or this person lied.
Cause those weren't lies.
You broke.
What he gonna say?
You saying that because you broke. What does that
That's
have
a
to do with
comeback.
the accusation?
That's a comeback though.
That's a weak comeback if it is though.
Now this is what I'm saying though. It could be that, but this is what I'm saying. You said JB said. You said what Kevin Hart was about that he was sucking dick about, and then you went into this right here. You made the face like, cause if you're sucking dick for money, like we was finna go into that, and that's not a thing though, cause your favorite people, and that's why I went into your favorite people.
Right.
Can be doing the same thing. Not saying Katt Williams was lying. I ain't saying.
Well, that's why I'm not denying that even some of my favorite people ain't. I'm just saying you can't deny that he ain't telling.
No, I'm not denying that he telling the truth. It was just where it was finna go.
Yeah.
Cause we gotta make that be a broader audience if we gonna single people out for doing things in Hollywood. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I mean, but the issue is not about, it wasn't about everybody doing something in Hollywood. it was only about the people that he called out for particular infractions and or
they
lies.
Addressed him
and
first.
only because they called him out first, or they directly or indirectly did it.
Or
And like I said, the direct part is that you had no. So I look at, so I said Gary always speaks on his payment situation.
Yeah, Gary Owens was on that too. But
that was another one. But no, like it's like because Cedric was direct, Steve was direct. I think Ricky Smiley was direct. I can't remember if Earthquake was more indirect.
He said something good and
right,
not necessarily bad, but just
yeah.
It was like.
But Kevin was more indirect.
Yeah,
because he didn't say the name, but you knew, and based on that, it was confirmation because based on that particular interview and other interviews you've done where you did directly call my name out, and then now you're saying the same thing in this interview just without saying my name, so I know you're talking about me.
Yeah.
So now I have to address it. So now, when I address it and you respond to the allegation. It's almost like what they do with when we talk about the GOAT situation. We strictly basketball. We bring up Jordan's stats and his accolades and accomplishments. And what do most niggas do? They don't address the accolades and the accomplishment. LeBron got a school. LeBron put all his homies on. LeBron was a billionaire while he was still playing. Jordan wasn't. LeBron never cheated on his wife. Like, that's what LeBron ain't got no sons in the NBA like Jordan do. Jimmy Butler and Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
I ain't gonna say Anthony Edwards, but definitely Jimmy Butler. The Last Son documentary, I'm producing it. Please believe that. But and keep in mind, Michael Jordan has not responded to my allegation. No, I'm just playing. But they moved the needle. So now we're not even looking at the accolades of basketball. Now we're looking outside of basketball. But the argument is about basketball. We're not addressing the 6 NBA championships, the 6 finals MVPs, the never going to a game 7, out of the 15 years that he played in the NBA, I want to say like 9 of them he played all 82 games. The other ones he played between 79 and 80 games, and the one he didn't was when he broke his foot, and they still made the playoffs. And keep in mind, that season is counted in his scoring and his points when he only played 16 games. He's like, oh, Michael Jordan played this many seasons. Nah, not really. He only played 16 games. So now what if he would have played a whole 82-game season? What would the numbers be then? No, we started moving the needle. We had a conversation where we was talking about Chris Brown and Michael Jackson and who's more talented. Mm-hmm. And some people started talking about stuff that didn't have nothing to do with singing and dancing. That was the argument.
But that's still an argument.
But not
singing and dancing, not acting and painting and all of that.
Talent.
No, but that is based on the only reason it's a comparison is because of the singing and dancing.
But judging off y'all the way we going tonight, because he hit Rihanna, he a horrible. He's the worst person
Who
ever.
said that?
But judging off the way this conversation been going,
man, you give me an STD.
Any derogatory comments we make about
somebody. If you give me an STD, you got whatever you got coming.
What
to
I'm
you.
saying is,
if I'm driving,
if Chris Brown,
and you start attacking me while I'm driving, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female,
Katt Williams,
or my child, or a dog, or a goat. Mm-hmm. If you start hitting me while I'm driving, and you could potentially kill both of us, you gonna get what you get.
If Chris Brown say Katt Williams not funny, Katt Williams gonna say, yeah, but I ain't hit no girl.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. That's what else he gonna say?
It looked like he dealt with everybody who said something about him. He dealt with strictly whatever they were saying towards him.
That is something
in case of point, when we end it, it's like just all them allegations that came out with Diddy and TD Jakes. TD Jakes and his team had to come out.
They got to do that.
They ain't got to.
Yes,
according
they
to you.
do.
According to you.
And even then, what he say? I'm not gonna dress.
But he did address it.
This is what I'm saying. He said his answer to it was,
I don't feel
I'm
I
not
need to
gonna
address
address this foolishness.
But then his team.
I never
So
said
to
I was
his
a perfect
answer-
man.
So
I
to
never
his
said I
answer-
was a perfect
But
man.
his team did.
Everybody makes mistakes.
He didn't address it in the pulpit, but then he had a team come out, his publicist or whatever, and come out and deny all them allegations that came out.
That's even worse. Eddie Long did it too.
I see. We weren't gonna say no. You know what?
I said the name.
You
huh?
said the name. Good
Oh,
job.
But
man.
it's out there though. It's out there.
It's out there
And
now.
God punt-
Notice that
Nah,
Crown
nah,
Vic
it's
said
all
that
It's all right.
his name is Crown Victor. Crown
Bishop
Victor
Eddie Long, we
Lynchison.
know. We
All right.
know.
All right. Before we
Charles Davis Lynch. The third.
It's in Stonecrest, Georgia.
That what I
couldn't think
told you wasn't
I
Atlanta.
couldn't think of it. When
I know. I
it.
knew it wasn't Atlanta. It's outside of Atlanta.
Outskirts.
But that no, because that's like saying Collierville and Germantown is Memphis.
I mean, but it's
You
still
can
No,
Memphis.
no. When they're not in Memphis, that's Memphis. But from Memphis, when somebody say, "Oh, where you from?" and you say Germantown, nigga, that's not Memphis.
Folks say the Memphis Top Golf, so it ain't in Memphis.
Right, exactly.
It's in Germany.
But it's
Right.
in G-Town. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is when somebody and you say what part of Germantown, you ain't talking about Germantown Parkway. You talking about like
Right.
all the way down Forest Hill Irene. Like nigga, that's not Memphis. Stop it. That like
Y'all know Lorenzo Wright got killed right there where they
Yeah.
built that.
yeah,
joint.
he got in Collierville, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's
Nah,
off.
it's right there.
No, but they dumped him off Winchester though. They
Yeah,
they
right
killed him
there
out, but they
the
dumped him out.
California
Yeah.
joint.
yeah.
All right,
So
now-
I mean like let's not do that.
Now, this has gone on now. Before we end, like we didn't even get to talk about, I got my Cowboys jersey on. I see you got your 49ers. The playoffs actually about to start here this
Y'all
weekend.
going Super Bowl?
The Giants didn't.
What did I
the
say at
Giants
the end of
didn't
the
make
season?
it.
We're going to make it to the
We
NFC
had a horrible
Championship.
season, but we. You just.
I said
I'm coming for JB just for this statement right there.
you're not even a Giants fan.
And he said that.
I know.
And he said
I had-
that make it worse.
Your nephew plays for the Giants.
I'm just waiting on EG to come
That
so we can talk about
automatically
it.
made me a Giants fan.
No, and I'm holding
Yeah.
out hope that next year either Derrick Henry or Eric
And
Gray
I'll be a
or
Giants
both
Come to the Cowboys.
comes to the 49ers, and then we have the most dangerous rushing attack
And then I
in the
be
history
the
of
most
football.
legit San Francisco fan in the world.
Oh, dang.
And at that point, Vic, we will have our own Illuminati ceremony. We will
I'm
cut
with it.
hands.
I'm with it. And
You will
nobody
be-
better
you will
say
be my
nothing
blood
about
brother
us.
for real, Vic.
Hey, Vic,
No.
so if Derrick Henry comes to the Cowboys,
What about
you, huh?
I don't know.
No, he said Eric Gray.
will have to come.
Oh,
to
He
the
said Eric Gray,
Cowboys.
not Derrick Henry. He said Eric Gray.
Okay, well, even if EG.
If he comes to the Cowboys, I'm there.
Okay.
I'm with Cal. I'm like
Yeah.
Big Eric.
No, I mean, because I just
He
feel
like
like
Big Eric.
I feel like he's a similar style runner to
I
CMC,
agree. I agree.
and I think he would fit a Shanahan.
I think
And
that'll be
because
dope.
I don't think the Giants use him in the passing game enough either.
Right.
Because he also can be a threat in like a kind of like a security blanket. You know,
Now,
and I don't
what
think
what
they
I
utilize that.
will say is that to answer your question, Vic, if we gonna make the Super Bowl, I don't know. But
Dallas, so who do y'all play?
we played the Packers first.
So if everybody from Green Bay is hurt, I see Dallas winning that game.
I ain't said-
And then so if y'all win that, who will y'all play? The winner of
it depends. The playoffs. It depends. The lower seed always plays the first seed. So whoever's the lower seed, y'all gonna play. So
Green Bay would be the lower seed.
yeah.
So
y'all
we
gonna
would play
win the
Green
Super
Bay, so
Bowl.
we wouldn't play y'all.
If potentially the Packers won,
So if the
y'all
Packers
would-
won, we play Green Bay.
y'all
But
would
since
play-
y'all would win, y'all would play who?
if we would play, let's say the Rams, then let's say the Rams beat the Lions.
Because the Rams
Y'all
are the
would
lower
play.
seed.
Y'all would play the Rams, and then we would play the winner of Philly and Tampa Bay.
Okay, so it'll be y'all versus Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and then
So
then the divisional
I don't
round.
trust Baker. So y'all will play us in the NFC Championship.
I would love
Congratulations to
I
y'all
would love it.
for making the NFC Championship game. And again, I don't think it's gonna be like that shellacking y'all too. But if
Y'all
that
gonna
happens,
win the
then we're
Super
gonna
Bowl?
make it to the Super Bowl.
I gotta see it. Like
If the Ravens, because this is the thing about the Ravens.
I can't put my
Like
trust
the
out there
Ravens
like
have
they're
been
gonna beat
world beaters before, and then the Ravens will like lose to like,
y'all. Yeah, it'd be different.
you know what I'm saying, like in the playoffs,
It'd
like,
be different in the playoffs.
oh shit, they lost to Pittsburgh again.
Yeah.
Cause like think about it, Pittsburgh beat them twice.
Because I can actually see
Pittsburgh beat them when they had all their starters in.
I can see Cleveland beating the
And
Ravens.
they beat them when they didn't have their starters in.
I can see Cleveland beating the Ravens.
So they're showing you that, like, we got y'all, and in the last, like, I want to say they went back like 5 or 6 seasons, like, the Ravens have only won one game versus the Steelers.
Yeah.
Since, like, Lamar been there. They've only beaten the Steelers once. So if they play the Steelers again, I got to roll with Money Mike. But now the Steelers are not going to get paid. Like, now if they play the Ravens, now Ravens got to buy.
They got to buy.
So,
They play
but if they end up,
lowest seed is.
so if they end up playing the Steelers again, but the Steelers are not going to make it to the Super Bowl.
No. Oh, no.
And we already waxed them anyway.
So who y'all gonna play?
Now,
Who all in the, like, AFC? Like, the AFC. So if we play the Bills, history has proven what the Bills do in the Super Bowl. It's like,
Bills ain't making no sense.
not on saying, but if they do, history has proven that the Super Bowls are not on the Bills side.
Yep, 52-17. That's what I remember. You know, we beat them down.
I know what I'm saying. Like, they lost to y'all twice.
Yeah.
They lost to the Redskins and the Giants.
Yeah. But
Which would have been us if Roger Craig hadn't fumbled. Because we was up. And then they tackled Roger Craig, like, who should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. But
all I can do is hope if and when we play y'all in the NFC Championship game that Dak Prescott pulls like an Eli Manning.
no, I don't think that the whooping is gonna be as bad as it was. I think it's gonna be like a couple of years ago where it's kind of like back and forth to like the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then
we shouldn't get the benefit of that with that. I'm gonna have to believe it to see it because how y'all beat us the last 3 times. So, but
no. Like I said, I don't believe we're gonna lose to y'all.
I like our chances though. If we get to that game, I like our chances though.
I have said my thing is that I don't think it's gonna be what the whooping is.
Yeah,
or was.
I get it.
So like let's just say we
see.
play each other in the NFC Championship game. I see it being like 28-20, 28-21 us. Like that really. I don't see it being like a 42. Like I don't see that because I feel like now y'all are kind of in a groove. Y'all are gonna come better than what y'all came, but again, the advantage that we have going in that we haven't had, because think about it. Last 2 years we've been in the NFC Championship game. Last 2 years we've had a bunch of significant pieces missing. This year we come in, everybody's healthy. That's been the thing. And then the last 2 years we didn't have a bye.
Purdy looking a little shaky to me, but but we'll see.
To me, he's not looking no different than what Dak was looking.
Nah, he
okay.
Nah.
When Dak was throwing them interceptions and stuff,
like I said, I'm
he
giving
was
you
looking
props,
real like.
But I'm saying, I'm still rolling with my squad.
You wasn't rolling with Dak a couple of months ago. You was like, I'm ready to be up off Dak. Now all of a sudden that Dak, now all of a sudden that he an MVP. So like, keep it a buck now.
I'm keeping the buck, man.
Just like you was with Romo. When Romo was fucking up, we need to be done with Romo.
All I can do is roll with
and then when he had a little, all he do is win.
Up 1 week,
all he do is win. God is getting you back for your inconsistency that you had with the great Quincy Carter and Drew Bledsoe. Man. You disrespected the legacies of Quincy Carter and Drew Bledsoe, and that's why you're going through what you're going through.
Well, look, I'm going to go and put it out there now.
Shout out to Quincy Carter.
We'll get to the NFC Championship game. We'll beat the Niners. You know what I'm saying? Since you kind of forced me into it. Because
the only way y'all beat the Niners,
I got to rep my squad now because y'all ain't. Come on, man. You got to beat one of them times. Y'all can't keep on beating us. You know what I'm saying? Although we keep beating the Giants all the time. But, hey, you know what I mean? Like, we got to continue.
And didn't y'all beat the Commanders both times this season?
We swept both of them like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But we ain't them, though. But we'll see.
Y'all just be glad Arizona not in the playoffs. How about
that? We'll see, y'all. But yeah. Shout out to, man. We saw right before we started filming, Ja is out for the whole season. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, surgery. He's out for the whole season as of tonight. So we gonna be top 5 in the lottery.
I'm gonna tell you now, I don't really believe it.
You gotta believe.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying I don't believe that he's out.
Yeah, he's gone.
I'm saying that I don't believe that it's that. This is a situation, because this is the crazy thing. So I was, doing my side hustle last night. So normally I just patrol the grounds, and sometimes I'm reading a book. Sometimes I just got the YouTube going, so I'm sitting up. So again, I'm watching the Katt Williams on Club Shay. So when that goes off, I'm like, oh, I see Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame speech. Watch that again. Oh, right after Shannon Sharpe, oh, Michael Jordan Hall of Fame speech. And Michael Jordan started talking about how, like, his second year when he broke his foot, like, the Bulls wanted to tank. And when he came back, he's like, I want to make the playoffs. So now and the thing has been since Ja came back, it's like, oh, the Grizz go on these long streaks, and it's looking like if they keep streaking the way that they win some, they may lose 1, 2, then they win another 3 or 4. The way the season's parlaying, they're going to make the playoffs.
I can see that.
They're either going to play in game or be 7th or 8th seed. Or we can tank. Got a whole team coming back next year, and we got a potential top 5 pick. And then keep in mind, they already got a bunch of picks anyway.
Yeah.
So they don't even necessarily have to draft, because the thing has been like, we one piece away. So now, let's say we get the lottery and we got all these other picks we got. We can parlay that for a what? We can get a what is in Brooklyn
somebody good
that they was trying to get
Malik Bridges, Mikal Bridges,
Mikal Bridges. Like, oh, we can parlay that for Mikal Bridges. Oh, because they were looking at also getting Pascal Siakam. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh snap, we finally got the real 3 that we need, because now you can play Bane at the 2, Ja at the 1. You can put Pascal at the 3 or the 4.
I'm okay. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, now we can start parlaying these pieces to do the things that we need to do. And so the type of player that Ja is, he's not going. And the other thing too is, let's keep in mind, we can say we want to say, like, the way Ja been playing, like, it's been a whole lot of tweets. It's been a whole lot of analysts and commentators. Like, I know what they said, but, like, if Memphis make the playoffs, Ja should win the MVP. Like, it's been a whole lot of talk. Like, they were talking about him making an All-Star game, even though the NBA said he couldn't make it because he didn't have the men. But since he's been back, it's been like, look at the numbers.
Yeah, he was number 7, I think, in
so it's like, we cannot know. The quote-unquote brand and shield is more important. And it's crazy because this goes back to our original topic, like how Katt talked about stuff being, they're going to run their ship the way they run their ship. And when you start rocking that boat, we got to do your ass like Jonah. You're going to have to get up off this motherfucker.
All right, I'm with you on that. Now,
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
That's like Joe. That's the Philadelphia 76ers. Trust the process.
Yeah. Now, I do think he's injured, but also I think I told Vic, I was like, I think that they like, look, bro, like, you could play on this, but hey, let's just shut you down, go and get your surgery, clean it up, do what you got to do, and let's go into next season
they like,
fresh,
nigga, if you keep
and
playing,
do what you got to do.
We ain't gonna get this lottery pick, and that's gonna be. Because think about it, they've been stockpiling picks, kind of like how Boston used to do.
Really
so now imagine you got these stockpile picks and you got a lottery pick too.
Yeah, ain't nobody coming out this shit though to me. But
you can trade it.
You can trade it.
You can trade the pick, or you can pick swap for one of your other picks.
Yeah.
You can player swap.
We can get a cool.
That's
piece.
what
we
I'm
don't
saying.
Need
like they know what they
You
doing.
can get a decent player. All right, Vic, what camera on? I'm about to shut it down. Which one? I'm on personal camera. All right, y'all. Till next time, continue with the executive mindset.
Most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.